in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I'm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Well, at least it's not Monday, right? Happy Tuesday. Hope all of you having a wonderful day so far. Another nice day in store. Although I think we were supposed to get to 84, 85 yesterday. I don't know if we got there. I know Sean and I looked at the temps on the phone about, I don't know, was it 4 o'clock-ish? And it was saying like 81, but it didn't feel like 81. It felt, I don't think we got there yesterday.
Yeah, it never really felt quite to that 80s.
It was beautiful.
Feel. Oh, it was it was fantastic.
Beautiful weather, not complaining, but I don't think we got to like 85.
Even the warm that they were talking, 80, 80 degrees. That's fantastic.
It is.
I kind of like that.
We got another day of that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get you up to date on the weather here in just a wee bit.
Long sleeve t-shirt, buddy. Bam.
Good for you,
Soak
man.
it in, all right?
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. By the way, you're going to be seeing probably more of these now just because, I had an incident happen over the week. Well, before the weekend.
An incident?
Well, actually, it was during the weekend.
A shirt incident?
No, my washing machine decided to just crap out on me.
Oh,
mid-load.
No. Oh.
So I'm having to go through and kind of find the clean shirts in the back of my closet, and a lot of them are these.
Ah.
So, yeah.
So long sleeve tee by default.
Mm-hmm.
LST season by default.
LST season rearing its ugly head whether I want it to or not.
So is your washing machine repairable?
I don't know. I'm going to jump on YouTube, and because it's not that old, I mean, I feel like there's got to be something on YouTube I could, one quick fix to solve all your washer conundrum, because it just won't turn on now.
So it's like it's not getting juice?
It didn't finish the load, so it's still got like half a thing of water in it.
Okay.
And so I got to get it drained and then figure out how to get it fixed or replaced.
Yeah, I wonder if it tripped a breaker or something. It wasn't that simple.
I swear to God, if it's that, I didn't even think about checking my breaker box. I didn't even think about checking my. I'll be back.
You gotta go check your breaker,
dude. I swear to God, if it's that, I'm gonna cry. I'm just not even a man. I'm so not even a man.
Well,
why didn't I think about checking the friggin' breaker box of all things? And honestly, here's why I didn't, because I figured that the washer and dryer were on the same circuit.
Yeah.
So the dryer
maybe
still
it
works.
is. Maybe it is.
But it very well could not be, because usually the dryer's on a 220. So
okay.
So now that I'm thinking about it, you're probably absolutely right.
Could be.
Dang it.
I hope it is. That's a cheap fix.
It really would be.
All right. Long sleeve t-shirt season ending because the wash machine works.
I know I have my t-shirt game is strong. I know I got a lot of good tees.
We're good for a while before we have to do laundry.
That's right. Well, at the beginning of the weekend, I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I still have a lot of clean clothes, and by now I'm like, oh crud. it's the underpants and socks that are becoming a problem.
Well, I know that
so many times you can turn those.
You are no longer a single man.
Yes.
When you go to visit the lady.
Oh, it's been offered.
Do you brought some laundry with me?
Well, it's been offered. She's like, you have a key. Just come do your laundry. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. It feels
I think
like
she would appreciate you in clean shirts.
Sure, absolutely. But here's what you have to understand. This is what I'm trying to convey to her. I'm trying to keep the shine from coming off the turd too quickly. Okay.
Well, I think you're gonna go quick if you're like checking smell levels of t-shirts. It's like that one's not standing up on its own yet.
One could argue that the ones I've worn the most have the most of me smell in them. So, the whole, oh, your shirt smells like you. Yeah, it probably does a lot.
Yeah, it does. There's a whole lot of me on it.
Whole lot of me. But yeah, I'm gonna check that as soon as I get home today. I swear to God.
I hope that's it. I hope it's simple.
I really do too.
I hope it's a simple fix.
Oh
man, I'm gonna start my own home improvement show.
You know what's funny is
of course I have no idea what I'm doing either.
No,
so.
Just check your breaker with Mike Winters. It's just a call-in show. Hey, did you check your breaker? God, I don't know what to tell you then.
I'm out.
That's the one tip he's got. Mike, we're starting to feel like you're a bit of a one-note pony. That's fine, but did you check the breaker?
Right? Hey. That is, I used to have a job with customer support, and it'd be like, is the power connected? I'm that guy.
Just know if I come to work in like Lycra bike shorts and an oven mitt, and then didn't get my washer fixed.
So wasn't the breaker, huh?
Wasn't the breaker.
See, chaps do have. All chaps do have.
I kept these pants from when I was a fat guy, mostly for display purposes. Now I just really testing out the strength of my belt.
Good news is it fits two of me, so I can wear the other leg tomorrow.
It literally looks like I'm walking around in hammer pants. Giant denim hammer pants.
Just walking around. Oh.
I got a crab walk everywhere I go.
Man. Well, I hope it's the breaker.
Dude, so do I.
Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to replay an interview this hour. We had Frank Castro join us yesterday and shared his testimony. Frank, local musician, we've had on the show a few times. Just an overall good dude, but he's been fighting for his life the last couple years. He had a kidney transplant.
Hey, spoiler alert!
Oh,
God, you said he was going to share the story.
Well.
Screw it, I'm gonna go watch Squid Game.
He's here to share the story, so we have a victory. But yeah, he had to get a kidney transplant, went through dialysis, so he wanted to come and kind of talk about that experience, and obviously, with his new kidney, he's definitely got a new lease on life, and really, he just had a great story. So I thought we'd play it. But by the way, he's also talking about their trunk or treat a little bit for they're happening at his local church this Saturday. He's going to be doing some singing for the first time out at that.
Nice.
So you can come see him for free out there this weekend. But we talk about that during the interview. And then in the 8 o'clock hour, Donna from ENMUR can't make it this morning, so we'll have some time to chit-chat during that time. But later in the hour, around 8:45, we'll have the folks from the Chaves County Extension Office drop by, give us an update, probably recap fair. I think that's fair. And then
sounds fair.
And then talk about what else is going on at the Extension Office. Of course, they have a new ag agent that joined us last month, I believe, for the first time. So
I think if they're taking a request for next year's fair, I just think we need to turn Rocket the Robot's volume down just a smidge. Just a smidge. Just a smidge.
Yeah, I think you almost saw Sean fight that guy.
There we go. Next year. Local radio talent Sean Smalls versus Rocket the Robot in hand-to-hand death match.
There you go.
I gotta go. I'm fighting Rocket the Robot in a barbed wire death match.
We'll get out your cameras for Sean Funk and
Loser has to put on the headdress and talk to children match.
Loser has to climb inside a robot and make fun of people.
Loser has to somehow fill up the robot butt cheeks match.
But let's talk with the Extension Office at the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have Angela Strange from the Kids Arts Program, CAPS program, and then Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society. Going to be talking about their big event coming this weekend to the Historical Society. Their big, it's like their Graveside Manor, but it's not Graveside. And they're going to be doing it at the JP White House. You get advance tickets. Oh, well, kind of give the whole skinny for it here in the 9 o'clock hour with Angela and Amy. So
it's not a Graveside Manor. It's your side manor. You got your regular manor over here. That's the manor that you're loyal to, and then you got your side manor that you just hook up with on the weekends.
It's not a main dish.
That's right.
It pairs well with meats and a fish or a chicken.
You got to keep a side manor on the side to keep yourself, happier over here with your main.
Your Goomba. It's your Goomba.
That's right.
That's all I learned.
You got your bottom down here. Your bottom manor.
I just learned. That's everything I learned from mafia movies.
Goomba and Gabagool.
Yeah.
I'm still dying to know what like I've never had Gabagool. I've only ever heard it referenced in like The Sopranos. But
I feel like it's some kind of.
well, it sounds like it's got like squash because okay, the first time I ever heard ratatouille, I thought, "Ooh, that sounds delicious," and then I found out what it is. It's just like boiled squash and stuff. Yeah, with like seasoning. It's not that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's in the. I'm not Italian either, but I've heard it. I don't even know how to spell it.
It's how Southern Italians pronounce capicola.
Oh, it's a ham.
It's a ham. Okay. On the East Coast, we're two guys from Eastern Pennsylvania who bought a food truck and made scratch pasta. Now it's a restaurant. Come try it. About us. I don't know why I'm reading it like that, but yeah, the place is actually called Gabagool. But yeah, it's just what they call capicola. Oh, so
I know they do
fancy hams.
Well, it's supposed to be the same people that can't say mozzarella. They say
mozzarella.
Whatever
mozzarella.
They like cut it off halfway through.
Mozzarella.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever seen somebody like make mozzarella, that's what they call it, is mozzarella.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Well, except for here, I mean, we just call it mozzarella.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I had me a pizza from Eli's last night that was delicious.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't had Italian food in a while.
Eli's, I got to give it to them. They are definitely real good, and a lot of it comes from that that roll through convection they have. Mm-hmm. Their cheesesteaks are second to none.
I didn't get one of those. I usually get one of those, and although my wife, I ain't gonna lie, she kind of did a sacrilegious move. She got a cheesesteak, right? And then she asked for au jus sauce.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, but you don't do that to a cheesesteak.
You don't.
You do it to a French dip.
You don't. A French dip is phenomenal. Now think about a French dip, but also with peppers, onions, and mushrooms. Then you throw that in the au jus. It's so good. Every time I got a cheesesteak, I would always get it with the au jus.
That is sacrilegious.
It's sacrilegious is what it is.
It's like putting ketchup on tacos, man. You don't do that.
No, spicy ketchup. Salsa is just spicy ketchup.
Oh, that's just wrong.
So look.
You don't do that to a cheesesteak.
I do. You know what? I will say this, though.
That's
I will say this. Eli's, if you really want to step up your cheesesteak game, you got to start doing the whip wit. Get the peppers, the onions, then add the cheese whiz. Nobody does that around here.
Well, that's a true cheesesteak.
I'm telling you.
Everything else is a steak and cheese.
I've always wanted to try it with the whip. I've heard everybody say, you got to do it with the whiz. Yeah. So I'm like, I kind of want to do it.
That's a traditional cheesesteak. And if you dip that in au jus, you ought to be taken out back and strung.
Well, yeah, because then you're going to have cheesy au jus. That's just wrong. But no, I love, especially Eli. They have the.
If you do cheesesteak right, you don't do that.
Oh, sure. But I also like a nice, juicy bite.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very. I think it's you're bad. You're going into bad mojo doing stuff like that.
For a man whose motto in life has always been, "I'll worry about myself. You do what you're doing."
I do. I agree. I completely agree. But certain things are tradition, and when you start messing with cheesesteaks like that. That's, is that what it is? That's getting struck by lightning worthy type scenarios here.
Now, here's a question. After she was done with her cheesesteak, or at least the portion that she ate, did she a little bit of the au jus at the end?
I don't think there was any left.
That's how you do it.
Because I think she legit.
I will say this.
Sucked it all up with her sandwich.
There's two ways you can, and this is going to sound like I'm changing the subject, but there's two ways you can eat an all-subs burrito. It's kind of the same way with the cheesesteak. You could put your taco sauce on your burrito and then take a bite, or you could take a bite and squirt half a pack of that sauce in your mouth. That's how you do it. So if you want to do a cheesesteak the right way, you take a big bite of the cheesesteak, quick shot of the juice, and let it coag in the mouth.
All right.
Yes.
That sounds revolting.
Sounds awesome, actually.
Cheesesteak. Gosh, people.
You know, it's that
why
one.
Why don't you guys just get a ham sandwich?
What's that one? It's like a bird, like a rare bird that some tribes like eat, but they do it as like an affront to God, so they do it under a sheet. You ever heard that?
I have not.
There's some place, I want to say it's in like Europe.
The bird tastes so good that they're
it's like the way they prepare it, the way they prepare it or something. But it's like a little bird, but it's an affront to God to eat it, so they do it underneath the sheet. It's like that's how I guess I'll eat my cheesesteak with au jus from now on, so as to avoid the shame of the people.
In shame.
Oh, well. Flagellating myself. Flagelling?
Must be French.
Hi, flagelling.
Must be Italian. Oh, man.
I have to give me a cat o' nine tails just to enjoy myself some au jus sauce. This delicious and juicy.
So worth it.
Flavor is pain.
Hey, do what you love. It's
now you say that after 3 minutes of nonstop judgment. Now do what you want.
Except that. Don't do that to my sandwich. It's 7:20. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on over the next couple of days. We do have a cold front moving through the state today, and that'll kick up the wind a little bit, around 25 miles per hour, especially this afternoon. Our highs will be in the low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine, mid to upper 40s and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid 80s tomorrow and sunny. It'll be clear Wednesday night, low 80s and sunny Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 54 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 69%. Winds currently out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Sunny today. Once again, highs in the mid-80s, 85 officially, with southwest winds 5 to 10 this morning, 10 to 15 for this afternoon. Skies will be clear tonight with an overnight low of 44 and west winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunny for you Wednesday, 81 for a high tomorrow with northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Clear skies tomorrow night with an overnight low of 46. Winds out of the southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the week, Thursday, sunny and 83. Friday, sunny and 84. And then for your weekend, sunny and 85 on, 88 on Saturday. So pushing 90. Ooh, not quite there, but pushing it. And then 85 on Sunday. 86 for next week on Monday there. So it looks like 80s is the theme, and lower 80s for this part. Hold on, did I lose? There we go. Am I back there? All right. I feel like I lost something there. Sorry, I was moving the mic, and I felt like I heard it drop. There you go. I think I'm there. Sorry. But looks like we'll be in the low 80s, mid 80s for the first part, upper 80s for the back half of the week here. All right, 7:22, and Zia Guns USA here in Roswell. They now carry Tacticams. They're a full-line Tacticam dealer. These are the same Tacticams that you see on hunting shows across the spectrum of TV shows across the world here. Also, they've got a new shipment of knives from brands you know like Benchmade and Case. Also, they're buying guns. They've got cash on hand. You need to sell a gun. Either it's a single gun, a gun collection, or a entire estate. They're making offers, cold hard cash offers. You walk out the door with that cash today. Don't forget, they also carry the full line of Black Rifle Coffee, and they're the only authorized Dr. Squatch retailer in the region. You may have seen those soap products from men online, where you can go and smell them and check them out for yourself at Zia Guns here in town, the only authorized retailer in the region. So stop on by Zia Guns USA. They're open every day except Saturdays. They're even open on Sundays, but they are closed on Saturdays because they spend Saturdays with family, and you should too. Stop on by 1907 North Main Street right here in Roswell. All right, it is 7:23. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then our interview we had yesterday with Frank Castro. Don't go away.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,479 head of cattle sold on Monday with an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold steady to 5 lower, feeder cattle steady, packer cows and bulls steady to 2 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers 196, 221, 3 to 400 pound heifers 157, 50, 170. 4 to 500 pound steers 160, 196. 4 to 500 pound heifers 139, 157, 50. 5 to 600 pound steers 154, 161. 5 to 600 pound heifers 132, 50, 139. 6 700 pound steers 147, 154. 6 to 700 pound heifers 127, 132, 50. 7 800 pound steers 136, 147. 7 800 pound heifers 123, 127. Packer cows 60 to 70. Canner and cutter cows 50 to 57. Packer bulls 84 to 91, 50. Feeder bulls 60 to 70. Top half the cow-calf pairs $1,000 to $1,300 per pair. Top half the bred cows $900 to $1,275 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next week. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Come see the balloons. Come hear the tunes. It's Artesia's annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 5th through the 7th. Weather permitting, the hot air balloons will launch from Eagle Draw between the blocks of Roselawn and 13th Street, 7 a.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. Sunday. For more info, call the Chamber at 746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Balloons and Tunes in Artesia, New Mexico, November 5th through 7th. Join your friends. And paid by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Christmas came early at Richland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. A huge inventory has finally arrived at the dealership. Every type of Ram truck you've been waiting for. 2500s, 3500s, even some 4500s. Been looking for a new Dodge Charger or Challenger? They've got them at Richland. And don't go far looking for a new Jeep, Wranglers, Cherokees, Gladiators, even some work vans. It's like Christmas came early. But hurry, these will go fast. Richland on Southeast Main in Roswell.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
Name to remember.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The verb form of the word run has been calculated to have almost 650 different meanings. So think about that the next time you run up your tab at the bar, and then run into a friend while you run away from the bartender. Here's Mike Winters.
It is joining us in studio this morning, which I'm very happy to see. Frank Castro with us this morning. Morning, Frank.
Good morning.
It's so awesome to have you here in the studio talking with us. I know for folks that don't know, Frank's been going through a medical struggle here for, 2 years, 3 years now?
Oh, it's been 6 years.
6 years. 6 years of this. And of course, for folks that are probably familiar, you've seen Frank at maybe the adult center for a dance or two, or been out to the fairgrounds on senior day and seen Frank out there performing, or I don't know. If you've lived in Roswell and been to any kind of a show here in the last 20 years or so, odds are pretty good you've probably seen Frank doing a show or two out here or performing or anything like that. But so 6 years ago, you were diagnosed with needing a new...
Well, I was diagnosed with kidney failure.
Kidney failure, okay. And then so at that moment, did they say, you're going to have to get a new one, or was there still hope of salvaging the one you had or one you had? Or?
Well, I was a low percentage of my kidney function.
Okay.
And it went down.
Okay.
It went down, and finally, the doctor, he mentioned, he says, Frank, you're going to have to get a fistula.
Okay.
On you, because you're going to have to be doing dialysis.
Okay. And basically, when you go to dialysis, and that's basically you have machines kind of work for your kidney.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
And it's basically functioning your kidneys,
right,
buying you time while you wait for a new kidney on the list. There.
Yes. Well, it's a process. You have to qualify.
Gotcha.
For a kidney. Your body has to be in a situation to where you'll be a good recipient for a kidney. Sure. Because, right now, at that time, when I was in dialysis, we had over 120 patients.
Wow.
And I believe that there was only 8 people qualified.
Wow.
For kidneys.
Wow.
And it's really a sad situation.
So in the meantime, you're just on dialysis and waiting to hope to qualify for one, basically? Is that what most of the folks that are doing?
Actually, the candidate that's qualified, I guess you yourself have a feeling that you're able to do, because it's a deal to where you have to go through a lot of tests in your body.
Gotcha.
The heart, everything has to be appropriate to their qualifications.
Sure. To make sure that you're not going to reject the kidney, and
that you're able to retain the kidney, because they consider a kidney something valuable.
Absolutely.
And it is. They tell us it's like having a baby. It's you got to take care of it.
Sure.
It's very fragile. And
Sure.
So I took all that information, absorbed it, and decided that I wanted a kidney, you know, because I've known people that been on dialysis for a long, long time, you know, and some haven't even made it that long.
Sure.
And but I have this hope in God, you know, that kind of lifted me up, and I decided that I wanted one.
Sure.
You know, when I went into dialysis, I didn't know what I was going into. You know, it's a scary place to be because you don't know, you know, what's out there for you when you're in dialysis. And I couldn't get any information. You know, everybody that was in there, you know, they were very much reserved to themselves.
Sure.
Because they got this situation where their feelings, you know, are not sure. They're
dealing with their own mortality.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You know, they are. And they, and actually, you don't feel good. You don't feel good at all.
It just makes the place sad by default, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Just by you know, we do dialysis. We did dialysis. I mean, they still doing it.
Sure.
3 days out of the week.
Sure.
And that day that you do dialysis, well, you know, it's a process of 4 hours, and they take out your proteins and everything, you know, that makes your body strong and healthy.
Sure.
You know, and when you walk out of there, well, you're weak. You're weak. And
You fought a battle after you're done.
Yeah, after
with
you're done.
dialysis.
And I've seen some of those patients, you know, in fact, I had to help some when they walked out of that dialysis room, you know, get down to a chair because they were looking like they were going to fall down, you know.
Sure. So it's a pretty rough. Dialysis is not for the faint of heart here. It's pretty obviously necessary because of you know, it's you're basically doing the work for your kidney until you can get that new kidney, and so fortunately for you about 6 months ago they found you a kidney and you got your kidney transplant, and you've been on the mend since then, right? Well,
there's a story to that. They called me up in December, and for a kidney, they said they had a kidney for me, and so I went up to Presbyterian in Albuquerque, and I got there, and you know, and they prepped me up, and we were going into operation, you know, and they had me waiting there in my room there in the hospital, and they came up to me. The physician came up to me. He says, "Frank, we're sorry, but the kidney wasn't any good. The donor, you know, he was brain dead, but he took him 2 hours to die.
Oh, okay.
And it lacked oxygen.
So you got your hopes up, and then it turned out it wasn't meant to be there.
I'll tell you what, it's like losing a baby. You know, you're very upset. You know, you're disappointed.
Yeah.
And
what is that beeping? Is that one of your things? Okay. I was like, I was hearing that, and it sounded medical, and I was like,
yeah, it's an alarm for my medication.
Oh, okay. Well, it timed it just as we were talking about the kidney and the dialysis, that beeping came in. I was like, this is well planned. I didn't make this noise, but it sounds very appropriate to this conversation.
I forgot about it, but
I thought I was going crazy for a minute there.
So I was sent home.
Okay. And,
disappointed, sad, you know,
and I imagine at that point you're thinking, well, the odds of me finding another one here are probably not good.
Right.
So you're thinking this is it at that point.
Well, you know, they told me, he says, Frank, don't worry about it. You know, you're on top of the list.
Sure.
For a transplant, and the next offer that we get, we'll call you up.
Gotcha.
And
so there was still some hope there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so I went back to dialysis, and in March they called me up again. And they said, Frank, we got another kidney for you, so coming up. So I went out there, you know, all excited, you know. I had this good fortune that this I don't know what they call them, those service that the city provides for patients.
Okay.
They take you to the facility, to the doctors.
Okay.
And I got to know him real good, and we made friends. He drove me down to Albuquerque on his own free will, you know, on his time, and we got to be real buddies. And he took me down there the second time, and we went through the process, the hospitalization, prop up and everything. And all this is happening during the epidemic, deal.
Right. So it's kind of hard to get in and out of these places.
Yeah. When I went to ER, to get registered, I had this one lady nurse, man. She stuck that stick in my nose, man. She practically poked my.
It's like, where are you going, to Alaska up there? Paying for gold? What are you doing?
Yeah. She kept pushing on my nose, and I kept going back, And she said, "Don't do that." I said, "Well, man, you're trying to poke my eye.
That's not natural."
It hurts, And anyway, I went through that process, and they took me to my room to get ready, and. Again, the physician comes up to me within 1 hour of the surgery. He says, "Frank, we're sorry."
Whoa.
That was the second time.
That's number 2.
That's number 2.
Oh, man.
And so I come home very, very, very confused.
Sure.
And,
it's like, hey, I thought this was it this time.
Yeah.
What happened,
Yeah, so went back to dialysis again, And,
sure.
And I knew that the second time, I felt like I only had like 6 months more to live.
Gotcha. You were thinking this probably be it. You're not going to get many more chances here.
Well, I felt real bad in my health. My health was falling down back,
The dialysis is only doing so much, but
you
need that kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so back in, we follow up all the way to April, and they call me up again. This Frank, we got a kidney for you. I said, man, I didn't know what to do. 2 times, and so
But you don't want to get too hopeful because you've heard this song before,
right?
A couple times,
right? And so I was very, confused to answer them, and she said, "Do you want the kidney?" I said, "I do, but I've been called 2 times already."
You don't know if you can deal with the emotional roller coaster.
And I told my coordinator, said, "You know what? Let me call you back. I'll call you back."
Yeah.
So I thought about it. I called my pastor and told him the situation. And he said, "Frank, don't trust in yourself. Trust in the Lord."
That's true.
And that gave me courage,
Sure. God's telling you something here.
Yeah.
Get off your butt and go get that kidney.
So I called them back, and I told them that I wanted the kidney in. And this guy, that took me out the first 2 times, I called him up and says, "Frank, let's go." He was ready. So everything was being provided for me,
Yeah.
So I got up there, and the thing is that they called me the night before, and it took the next day all day to get me a room because it's epidemic, you just couldn't get a room.
Everything's just harder.
Well, I had to wait till a patient, got discharged.
Gotcha.
Before they got me.
They needed an empty
room.
bed for you, basically.
Yeah. Right. And so we did all that, and I went into surgery at about 7:00 in the evening. And before they knocked me out, I had this, I don't know who it was, but it got close to me before, the medication took effect to put me to sleep. And this person told me, "This is a gift of God. It's a blessing for you."
Mm-hmm.
And I just knocked out of that, but I can remember that because it was very, very loud and clear on my mind.
It was kind of confusing and muddy, but that came through clear as a bell for you.
It sure did.
That's awesome.
And next morning I wake up and I was hungry, and the nurses came up to me and says, "You're gonna have breakfast, Frank, and the first thing after breakfast, you're gonna go for a walk." I said, "What?"
I was like, "Wait a minute, how long have I been out?"
And it was beautiful because I didn't feel any pain, none at all.
You were like, "I'm cured."
I mean, I felt different.
Yeah,
I felt different, but
it just felt more energy, or just
like a new life.
Gotcha.
Like a new life.
Just a spirit, just kind of,
something beautiful. Something that I was a new man.
Hope.
I was a new man.
Yeah,
I was a new man. But it took a process of 6 years, you know, that in those six years, I learned a lot of things about life.
Sure.
You know, I saw a lot of misery.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of misery in that facility, you know, and I made a good friends. People.
Well, I would say that you probably experienced something like veterans or first responders,
Right.
where people, anytime a group of people go through crisis together,
Right.
that can strengthen them. And
Yeah.
I imagine those times in dialysis, when you start to get to know some of the other folks that are in there with dialysis with you, you tend to learn about people and become friends, and you start caring about each other's lives and rooting for each other and wanting to get, you know, to be able to meet these folks at restaurants instead of dialysis, and things like that.
And there's something about, you know, what you're talking about, you know, the patients and getting together. You know, we open our hearts to each other, and we understand our language because we are going through it.
Sure.
You know.
I would say, I want to ask you, like, is there something the public can do for these folks? Like, I mean, obviously there's protocols and you can't do, but like, is there something like we the people can kind of do to maybe make things a little easier for folks going through dialysis? Is there things that like when you went through it, you're like, man, it'd been nice if we had this. You know?
Well, you know, the first time I was here, if you can remember, I started a get together a
support group,
a support group, you know, and back then I mentioned, you know, that I was you know, going to start one because I saw the pain, I saw the sadness, you know, and the experience that people in dialysis were going through.
Right.
And it got, you know, I'm the type of person that if I see somebody hurting, it grows on me.
Sure.
You know,
that's the human side of it.
Yeah,
you know, you don't want to see humans.
Yeah,
suffer.
and I'm a busybody, you know, and I'm a open-minded. I think that we can change our situations if we try.
Sure.
You know, if we want to, we can change our situation. With being a base or a factor for my, I guess, existence of being here. You know, I'm a doer. I'm a doer, and I used to prep those guys up. He says, "Man, don't give up. You know, there's hope out there. You know."
You were the moral support for folks. Especially after 6 years. You know, when you're there year 3, year 4, you're kind of the veteran there in the group, and people kind of like, oh, talk to Frank. He's been here a while.
Oh,
you know?
I tell you, I was an advocate in there, man. I got to talk to the directors, the nurses, and I analyze.
Sure.
I'm open-minded, and I'm seeing everything around me, you know, and I used to suggest things to them, and I would tell them, you know, this is hurting us, this is doing this for that, but you know, they're so busy in there.
Sure.
You know, and there's so much.
And imagine COVID's made them even busier.
Oh, it got worse.
Yeah.
It got worse. You know, we couldn't see each other's face.
I know. You probably had to isolate everybody. And I would imagine that makes it even harder because the dialysis, it's a rough experience to go through.
Yeah.
But there's some comfort in sitting there next to people walking the same path you are.
Right.
And there's just that by default support there. And with COVID, you lose that because now you're by yourself in a room going through this by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sure your family was probably very supportive and things, but they can't be in the room with you all the time.
No,
they can't be with you to hold your hand.
So, some supports, you know, family members, they do start off right. You know, they're with you, but
sure,
you know, it's a process for hours, and they have no.
And they can't understand what you're going through.
No, they can't.
They can love and support and want you to feel better, but unless they've experienced it, it's kind of hard for them to wrap their head around it.
Right.
And where the other dialysis patients, you know, you're sitting fighting the same struggles and going through the same battles together. So you can commiserate, and when you complain about a certain process or part of it, that will. You're like, yeah, I get it. I had that too. It stinks, but you know, there's and that brings comfort to people because there's other people doing it with you. It's just human nature, you know.
Yeah. So I've always been the type of person, that I don't know. I've been a very reserved person, with family, with my own family, because I was born in Uvalde, Texas.
Okay.
Close to San Antonio.
Okay.
That's where I started my music career in San Antonio. But I moved out of there when I was 21 years old, got married, and just moved and went to West Texas.
Okay.
And I just went home for every 2-3 years, see my family.
Gotcha.
So my life has been very reserved on that part.
Sure. They haven't been close because they haven't physically been close.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
Right now they want me out there, but I don't know. I mean, I made a life here in Roswell.
Sure, you got family, friends.
I have
here.
a lot of friends.
You got your music career.
Right. I got association with the city.
Yeah.
Of course, some of those people that I knew that were in the city positions that hired me, they're gone.
Sure. Well, that's what happens when we get older. All your friends disappear. When you get the older you get, the less you find of them, right? It's just,
yeah.
What about the music side for you there? You going to be getting back into some music now, and now that you're starting to get more independent and getting stronger again?
Well, I'll be starting. I'll be doing this weekend for the church.
Okay.
The church, they have a fall festival.
Yeah. Which church are you going to be at?
Light of the World there on Garden.
Light of the World. You know what?
Garden Tart.
You hand me the flyer, and I've been talking about it and completely forgot. We got so busy talking about your dialysis and everything that I just completely spaced.
Well,
on
me and you, we started talking, and
right? Yeah.
We go to all areas.
Yeah, I have it right here. It's the Light of the World Church. It's their first annual trunk or treat. It's going to be Friday, October 22nd. And then Saturday and Sunday, October 23rd and 24th, so it'll be the 3 to 9 on Friday the 22nd, 10 to 9 on Saturday and Sunday, and then Sunday itself, Halloween, they'll be doing the trunk or treat from 4 to 6 there. It's located on Garden Avenue, 211 North Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Free event, free admission, free games, free music, food, fun.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
We're gonna have karaoke.
All right, so you come out and belt a tune or two if you'd like.
Yeah, and actually, we're gonna have a contest. So anybody out there that can sing, and it depends on,
Yeah, bring your chops and come on out and belt out a tune.
Right,
and
we'll have a lot of fun. It's actually we're gonna have other churches from other towns, from Amarillo, Albuquerque, and Hobbs.
Oh, cool! So we're gonna be like a bigger group of folks from out of town coming in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal.
So bring the family out, bring the kids, and bring out.
And I'll be singing out there.
You're gonna sing. Is this your first public?
Yeah,
singing since
right.
You've come back. Oh, that's great. So,
yeah.
So if you've been hankering for some Frank, I've been missing Frank shows and things. Come on out to the Light of the World Church there on 211 North Garden this weekend, beginning the 22nd through
Friday.
Yeah, through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend, all 3 days.
I would like to take a minute to thank all the people, your audience, because Robert's been here.
Robert Reynolds and he's been giving me updates throughout the dialysis and giving us updates and things.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and I'd like to thank them all. It humbles me to have their prayers.
Yeah. Well, the power of prayer is a very powerful thing.
Very, very powerful. So I'd like to thank them all, and tell them that I appreciate what they've done,
Well, I'm sure all of them are happier and pleased as punch to see
I'm
you
happy.
here and see you here.
Being in public singing, it's a big gratitude, that I feel in my heart.
Yeah.
That of course I always, give my testimony that it's the gift that I have. It's not mine. It was given to me.
Sure.
It was given to me.
That was God's gift, and you're just keeping it and taking care of it for him.
Yeah, and I make a lot of friends because I'm always open-minded,
Sure. Well, it's God's gift, but you're the one who's taking the ball and run with it. And God gives us gifts, but we don't always find them or nurture them properly. Right. And you've done that with
and I have a lot of experience. I grew up with a lot of icons, in the music business, Tejano, and in fact, I was offered a opportunities to go to Nashville and record. You know Johnny Rodriguez, the country singer?
Yeah.
He's my cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was
so
born.
you got the music in your blood here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was born 20 miles east of us going to San Antonio, in Sabinal, Texas.
Okay.
And that guy was discovered, man, when they, him and some other buddies, they stole a goat and fried it. they were, in jail, and this Texas Ranger, I forgot his name, heard him saying there, in jail, and he took him down to Shady Hand. And Shady Hand was a producer. I think he owns that Alamo that was built in Brackettville.
Oh, okay.
Where they shot movies. John Wayne,
okay.
They have a duplicate of the Alamo.
Oh, yeah. Down there near El Paso area. Isn't it?
Yeah. So my life been interested, and I thank God to God because, my life, if God was to take me, I had it all.
Yeah.
My kids tell me, Dad, you lived your dream.
Sure.
Because, my singing and all that. I said,
sure.
You lived your dream. But here I am.
You're ready.
I'm still here.
God wasn't done with you yet.
No.
And so it sounds like you got some more work ahead of you.
Yeah.
So that's
I do. And
so come out this weekend, see Frank perform. Now that we got you back, and we need to get you here maybe around Thanksgiving or when you got some time. We're gonna get you come in here, bring your guitar. And
well,
maybe
that's
belt
one
out a
thing
tune.
that I was telling your buddy here next door, that I got bad arthritis on my fingers.
Okay.
In fact, on my knees. In fact, I fell this morning.
Oh.
Walking out. I didn't have my cane, and I'm going to sciatic nerve deal.
So you really can't play much, or?
Well, I sing.
Okay.
I sing.
Well, we'll get you singing. We'll get you in here. We'll get you in here singing, and maybe you can bring a buddy, and we'll do an accompaniment or something. Get a little music going.
Yeah.
I would love to have you do a song or two for us one day.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, doing that because it's in my blood. I'm not a person. Actually, it humbles me when somebody comes up and tells me, "Hey, you have a great voice and you sing good," but that goes into my heart, and it makes me feel it's not mine.
Well, it's yours. It's just God's using you as the conduit to connect to these people, but it's all you.
Yeah, but it helps me from having reserving myself. Not to feel greatness but to get along with people. I appreciate that. And
music can put us together, bring us together.
It does. It does.
And I know for a fact, you sing multiple genres of music, anything from country to Tejano to a little rock and roll and so
don't get me in rap. I don't
You're not ready to handle any hip hop, but
no.
But that brings people together. People that probably weren't into Tejano, but like country, you start getting a little Tejano on them. Like, you know what? Tejano's got some stuff I like too, or vice versa.
Yeah, and
maybe Tejano folks are like, I'm not down with the country rock and roll, but I heard Frank belt a few songs, and now I can kind of get where he's coming from.
I'm a country singer. I love to sing country, old school, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a mariachi guy. I love mariachi. Man. I like to hear them. Horns and violins,
Well, it steeps in tradition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those forms of music, like there's such a deep history to them where it's not. I don't know. It's just I love new music and I love people trying to create new things, and that's a great thing. But without the traditions, without that base, it's really hard to break new territory without the foundation to go with it there. So
I like to also mention that I have a church member, it's a lady. She is one of the best singers to imitate Selena.
Okay.
And I've been around. I've heard a lot of imitations.
Selena
Quintanilla.
Yeah, Selena like people, but
yeah. I mean, she is great, man, with imitating Selena. She'll be there on the weekend.
Oh, good. So you can see her out at the church this weekend and everything else.
Yeah, we did a show. I mean, I hired her to do a show down here at the adult center for the benefit of the dialysis. Man, was I surprised.
She could, because obviously the movie that what's her name did, starring Selena.
Lopez.
Lopez. So I think a lot of people think when they think Selena, they almost think of her. You know what I mean? First, especially people that didn't grow up listening to Selena's music in the 80s and 90s there, and then they see the J-Lo movie, the Jennifer Lopez movie, and they kind of, now don't get me wrong, they did a great job of making her look like Selena in that movie, but I think people almost, they think Selena, they think of someone who looks like J-Lo instead of what Selena looked like. And so but I've seen since that movie, I think there's been musical acts have come, particularly New Mexico, Texas, where Selena was very popular when she was with us. Right. And they do a good job, but it's not quite the same. I always feel like they're doing the J-Lo version of Selena instead of the Selena version of Selena. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I knew Selena's father when he had a band, that I was in my 19, 18 years old. They had the band Los Dinos. Okay. The original band, the older people. And they had a couple of good hits, but somehow they faded out. It's hard to keep a Tejano band together because there are too many. And by the time you split the money for gigs, there's not much to go around.
Sure. Well, and unless you're the biggest names in the industry, you're working paycheck to paycheck. You know?
And we had a rough time in the Tejano business because Mexico is too close to us. Yeah. And those people, those artists out there, they're good.
Sure.
And they don't have much people within themselves.
You go up to Minnesota and start Tejano music up there.
Well, we used to be big over there, but now, Mexico's taking over. Yeah. It's just like the Chinese taking over the economy of us down here, Yeah. And, those DJs back then, man, you had to pay them.
Gotcha.
To
payola.
Payola.
It's illegal now, but back,
Well, I don't. It's still politics. It's under the table.
Sure. Yeah, it's illegal. Doesn't mean it's not happening. Yeah.
So, it all goes down to if you got to be at the right place at the right time.
Sure.
That's
absolutely.
all. And when you apply for a job, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Sure. Absolutely.
And that's.
You work hard, and a little help from God put you in the right place at the right time, and that's how it works. That's how life happens.
It is.
It is.
It is,
Absolutely.
So,
well, come out and see. I just saw the time. We're running out of time here.
Right.
But come see Frank sing this weekend. Are you singing all 3 days out there, or just Friday?
I will. Okay. I will. I'll give him something.
It's a big trunk or treat event. Light of the World Church is having their first annual trunk or treat. It's going to be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday from 3 to 9, Saturday from 10 to 9, and then Sunday from 4 to 6, all at the church there, 211 North Garden here in Roswell. Free admission, free games, free food, free fun, prizes, and free music. All of that. Bring your whole family. And karaoke and candy and all kinds of great stuff.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So I just want to give thanks to your audience for being there for me. Right.
Well, thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for lighting up the world here with everybody and your music. And we can't wait to. I know I kept telling Robert, well, as soon as he's healthy enough, get him in here and let's sing and let's get him back. And we're glad to have that. So we can't wait to do some music here with you. But we're so thankful that the prayers were answered. And thank you for coming here. And we, all of us, have been praying for you. You're so awesome to see the prayers answered and making a Monday much brighter for folks.
Yeah, now I'm can't wait till the next time we get together.
Yeah, we'll do some singing.
Yeah,
we'll kick a tire or two. And
yes, sir.
Play some singing. Thank you, sir. Stay healthy, and we look forward to talking to you here soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Look forward to talking to you here soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Did you know that most burglaries occur during the day? Why, you ask? Most of us are at work, leaving the burglar to go unnoticed. Did you know the average loss from a home burglary is over $2,200? Not including one's loss of emotional security in their own home. Avoid being a burglar's target market and get a monitored security system from Zenith Security Services, all for around $1 a day.
Wouldn't you agree that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Call Zenith Security Services today, 626-3521.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
And we're closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next. Stay tuned next hour. We'll chit-chat for the first part, then the folks from the Chaves County Extension Office will join us for the bottom half of the hour. But Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Do not go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Biden administration is appealing to the nation's highest court to block a Texas law that bans most abortions. The Justice Department is asking the Supreme Court to lift an order imposed by a federal appeals court that's allowed Texas to continue enforcing the so-called Heartbeat Act. The Texas pro-life law bans abortions once cardiac activity is detected. That's usually around 6 weeks. Using missiles to pressure the West, North Korea, it has fired another missile into the sea.
The launch came hours after the U.S. reaffirmed its offer to resume diplomacy on North Korea's nuclear weapons program. It underscored how the North continues to expand its military capabilities amid a pause in diplomacy. The South Joint Chiefs of Staff said in a statement it detected the North firing one short-range ballistic missile it believed to be a submarine-launched ballistic missile from waters near the eastern port of Sinpo, and that the South Korean and U.S. militaries were closely analyzing the launch. I'm Zaria Shakili.
The Iranian president demanding the U.S. lift sanctions to prove it's sincere about wanting to restart stalled nuclear talks.
Ibrahim Raisi made his comments in an interview with Iranian state TV. But in Washington, at a State Department briefing, spokesman Ned Price.
We will continue to enforce them together with our allies and partners around the world until and unless Iran chooses a path of diplomacy.
Talks between Iran and the European signatories of the 2015 nuclear deal, alongside Russia and China, have been stalled since June.
Correspondent Mike Gracia. A story in the New York Post says the Biden administration has been secretly flying plane loads of migrants, many of them minors, who cross the southern border from Texas to the New York City area for resettlement. The paper says those charter flights have been taking place in the wee hours of the morning. Wall Street, the Dow is up 77 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Why are cash-out refinances such a big deal right now? Uncle Ryan tries to teach me something.
I really feel like right now might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've been doing this for 18 years now, and I've just never seen a market where the rates are so low and values across the country have skyrocketed as much as they have. That combination, I remember one couple in particular, they were looking to do some home improvements at the house, but they were worried about their payments going up. Well, with rates being so low and them building up so much equity in the home over the last few years, we were able to get them the cash out for those home improvements, and their payments actually went down a little bit. Every single situation is different, but it does happen more often than you think. So it definitely does not hurt to call.
We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Middle Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. License in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Federal health officials rethinking their approach to controlling salmonella in poultry plants, hoping to reduce the number of illnesses linked to the bacteria each year.
The USDA says the industry has succeeded in reducing the level of salmonella contamination found in poultry plants in recent years. However, that hasn't translated into a significant reduction in the 1.35 million salmonella illnesses reported each year. So the agency wants to set up pilot projects that focus more on the strains of salmonella that cause the most illnesses and on steps farmers can take to reduce salmonella before chickens and turkeys are slaughtered.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Pakistan's military says its Navy detected and blocked an Indian submarine from entering the country's territorial waters in the Arabian Sea over the weekend. The military says the Indian sub had been detected by the Navy's long-range maritime patrol aircraft on Saturday. News and analysis, townhall.com. A further chilling of relations between the Kremlin and the West.
Russia is suspending its mission at NATO and ordering the closure of the alliance's office in Moscow in retaliation to NATO's expulsion of Russian diplomats. Earlier this month, NATO withdrew the accreditation of 8 Russian officials to deny them access to its Brussels headquarters, saying it believes they've been secretly working as intelligence officers. NATO also halved the size of Moscow's team at its headquarters from 20 to 10. Moscow has dismissed the accusations as baseless, and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov announced the Russian response Monday. Keith Peters reporting.
New Zealand has tallied its most new coronavirus cases of the pandemic as an outbreak in its largest city, Auckland, grows. 94 new local infections, eclipsing the 89 reported twice in the early days of the pandemic 18 months ago. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to our number 2
of the Deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Tuesday.
And a pretty one at that.
Good Tuesday morning to you.
Did you happen to see the moon last evening or this morning? Well, no, you probably weren't up early enough to see the moon.
I caught it yesterday, actually, like in the pre-evening hours.
Like in the pre-evening, I like that.
Yeah.
You coining phraseology, I like that. No, okay, so here's what it was. I caught it kind of just as it was rising last night. I'm not sure if we had the full moon last night or if it's coming up in the next couple of days, but we're close to it.
Yeah.
And from what I've learned from my my girlfriend, who's actually a bit of an astronomer herself,
okay.
This is the Hunter's moon. I remember that just because Hunter.
Your son, yes.
But so it was rising last night, but I got to watch it setting this morning at its fullness, and it was real pretty. It was a real pretty moon this morning.
Was it a biggin' moon?
It was a biggin'. It was like one of those takes up a chunk of the sky.
That's something I had never seen till I moved out west.
Really?
Big moons.
You guys didn't have big moons back?
No, I never saw a big moon growing up.
Man, that's the thing. I think it's just because you're in big sky country.
I guess.
I mean, not Montana, but
Yeah. Now, granted, East Coast is much more populated.
Yeah.
So the lights tend to dull the sky a little bit. I mean, there's patches of nowhere just like out here, but there's much less of them. And I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. It may not. I'm sure it's just where the position of the East Coast is on the hemisphere versus here, but
it might just be like.
But I never saw a moon like when I watched movies and the moon was giant in there. I was like, that's cartoon.
That's fake.
That's not real.
Okay,
and then I came out here. I was like, whoa, they do get big.
By the way, here's a fun little side thing for you to do. If you ever played Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I think I have.
I'm sure you have. It's the one that's set in the 80s. If you go with a sniper rifle and I'm serious. Check this out. Take a sniper rifle.
Good tip, thanks.
It's great. Take a sniper rifle, go onto a building top and shoot the moon.
Yeah.
It will increase in size.
Oh, really?
You can make the moon get bigger. Yeah, it's a fun little Easter egg.
Kind of like Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Where he ropes the moon and brings it in.
For, reasons.
He was romancing up the place.
Yeah.
He was trying to get, what's her name? From Friends there.
Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, trying to lure her back.
Mm-hmm. The moon is beautiful tonight.
I still laugh at that movie. I don't care. I love Jim Carrey movies that aren't when he's trying to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you give me, I mean, obviously the old ones, the classics, the Pet Detectives movies but Bruce Almighty, love that movie.
Oh, fantastic.
I even like Liar Liar.
Evan Almighty was less good. It was good.
It was not as good.
It was less good.
Well, it missed the Carrey shtick. Yeah. Bruce
Well,
Almighty's
they leaned
good.
into it. They leaned into a Noah story. At that
Yeah,
point.
they do, and I like Steve Carell, and he's good, but he's not.
Liar, Liar, because you mentioned it, is
Yeah.
literally one of my, I will say, top 5 favorite movies of all time. To the point where I know almost every, like, sections of large portions of that movie.
Yeah. You know the other movie I really like by him? Yes Man, or Yes.
You know, I've never actually seen it all the way through. I've seen portions of it.
It's right there with Liar, Liar. It feels
wanna check it out.
very the same vein of type of movie. It's very much that. It's Zooey Deschanel, and he's
I love.
Basically, he's like a banker guy that gets in the grind and all that, and so he's like, "Well, I'm going to just say yes to everything."
Yeah, I'm just gonna take time
And so
just.
now he's going on weird adventures.
I've had those moments where it's
falls
like
in love with Zooey Deschanel.
it's like if I was stuck to having to say yes to everything, there would be a lot of situations I would be, probably regretting now.
Yeah. Yes Man. Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
Yes Man, yeah.
Okay, I was like, it's yes something. I couldn't remember. But yeah, it's not bad. It was years ago. But if you like Liar Liar, if you like, then it's up. To be honest, if you like Liar Liar, you will like Yes Man because it's the same movie, just a slightly different scenario.
Liar, Liar, it's more just like yes or yes or.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's a lot of the pen is blue type shtick humor and all that stuff. You know what other movie? This has nothing to do with Jim Carrey, but I put this movie in that same area because I love it equally. Is that movie She's Out of Your League?
Oh, that's a great movie. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yep. That one's a good one. Pretty much anything. And what's his? I think we were literally having this conversation the other day. What is the guy's name?
The main guy?
No. The annoying friend.
The one who starts he's in the
Well, he's the Mucinex guy. He was before he got canceled.
Yeah.
He was the Mucinex guy. He was the voice of Yogi Bear. He was on Silicon Valley. I can't think of his friggin' name right now.
Yeah, he was in shoot, now I'm really having brain cramps this morning. He's in the not Daredevil, the other movies, the ones with Ryan Reynolds.
That is Daredevil.
Not Daredevil, it's the other one.
Oh.
One where he wears the red suit. He's not Daredevil. What is it called? The one where where Ryan Reynolds is kind of spoofy Marvel. It's not Daredevil. It's something else.
Deadpool. I'm sorry, Deadpool.
Thank you.
Deadpool. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Deadpool. He's in Deadpool movies too.
No, what I was trying to TJ Miller.
TJ. It's something with a T. I was like Trevor
TJ Miller. That dude.
Yeah.
He was really going places for a minute, and then he got canceled.
Well, that by far is his best movie. Is She's Out of Your League?
Yeah,
he's got the best funny lines in that. He's also in a Hall & Oates cover band, but only from like there's something weird about his Hall & Oates cover band. Like they only play certain songs or something. But he's got I know it's not the one from
that's
Step Brothers. He's in a Hall & Oates cover band, and he's at his matter of fact the girl that She's Out of Your League. What's her name? British lady. Anyway.
Yeah. The girl.
They're having a 21st birthday party for her sister or something, and so his band, which is a Hall & Oates cover band, is singing. And
I'm trying to remember. Now I'm mixing. I'm mixing in Saving Silverman because they had the Neil Diamond cover band.
Yeah,
but
I think it's now. When I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not Hall & Oates. Maybe it's Billy Joel.
I think it was Billy Joel.
Now I think about it, might be.
I think you're right.
I think it's Billy Joel. Now
that sounds more like him.
Now that I think about it, I think it's the Billy Joel cover band. But yeah, because I remember that's the movie he got on my radar, and I was like, this guy's pretty funny. Who's he? And then he showed up in Deadpool and a couple
Alice
of things.
Eve, by the way, is the girl.
Alice Eve, yeah. She's in
Jay Baruchel.
She's in one of the Star Treks too.
Was she?
Alice Eve, I think one of the movies.
She
was also in Entourage. I think she was in the Entourage movie too for a hot minute. But she was in the later seasons of Entourage, but I think she's also in the movie when they made the Entourage movie.
Right.
She was the love interest for a season or two there on Entourage of Adrian Grenet's character, whatever the main dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I saw him in a movie the other day. Like a new movie. It showed up on Netflix or something or Prime, and he's in it. It stars him.
Really?
I don't remember the movie or anything about it. It's something serious. It was probably something that didn't appeal to me, so I just kind of moved on. But I noticed, there's that Adrian Grenet guy.
I have a real problem with cover art. Like when I'm scrolling through like on like a Netflix or an Amazon Prime, if the box art, and it's not even a box anymore, but if the box art doesn't lure me in, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's kind of like albums of old.
A
Like when you
little
buy mostly records. It ended when cassette tapes and 8-tracks got popular.
And I will
when
say,
people bought vinyl, the album cover was just as important as the album sometimes.
Netflix is terrible about this because they will change their title cards or whatever of the movies and TV shows constantly.
Yeah.
And they actually do it. I watched a video about this. It's based on an algorithm because they watch like your data to see which episodes appeal most to you, and they figure out which characters in a show most appeal to you, and they have like a set of like. So like Trailer Park Boys.
I can give you an example.
Me
of that when
too.
you're done.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
They've been showing me the Bubbles cover because they noticed I watched all the Bubbles episodes.
Okay.
So it's the cover, the Trailer Park Boys with Bubbles front and center.
Okay. Well, I think mine, where I noticed that, was it was maybe a year ago. It was when that Ted Bundy movie came out on Netflix with I can't remember anybody's names today. With
it was
the hunky dude. Bad Grandpa.
High School Musical.
Yeah, that hunky dude. I can't remember.
We don't deserve to do morning radio. Let's just pack it in, homie.
We're too old.
We're done.
We're too old.
We're done.
But it's a movie starring him, the Ted Bundy dude.
My brain's just not working this morning.
It's not. I could picture his face. But anyway, you're going to look it up and you're going to shoot it out, blurt it out here, and I'm going to.
Well, it's man.
He was in Baywatch movie with
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron, thank you. Zac Efron was played Ted Bundy in that movie. He's the star of the series of the. I think it's a series. But I kept getting the cover art. I guess the actor that plays Sheldon on Big Bang Theory has a small part in that movie.
Jim Parsons.
Didn't
have to look that one up. I in my mind, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have to go sell used cars.
Well, when Jim Parsons, and I guess he's got a small role in it. I saw it, but he was the cover of it, and I'm
really?
like, yeah, he was the cover
because you've seen
because
so
I probably
much Big
watched
Bang.
some Shell, but not on there. I think you know what I did watch that he was in that was really good was a Netflix, and I can't remember the name of it because this is the theme of today's show.
Welcome to it.
But there's a Netflix series that he was in where it's like old Hollywood. And he's like a producer from the 30s.
Oh, you're right. That one, it was like a limited run series.
Yeah. And it's really, but he's kind of one of the main characters
he was.
in that. And it's talking about this shady underworld of getting roles in movies in the 30s and in the heyday of Hollywood 40s and all that. And it was pretty interesting. It was a good series. But he was in that.
Is it just called Hollywood?
Something like that, maybe.
Well, hang on. I think it's just called Hollywood.
It was it was like a year ago it came out. It was like a limited run and it, like maybe 6 or 7 episodes. And I don't know if there's a season 2 that's in the works.
Yeah, because it was a Ryan Murphy thing. It's the same guy that does American Horror Story and all that.
Oh, okay. It was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Does that guy also do the FX OJ one and like the Monica Lewinsky one that's on now?
I don't think that was him.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's another director.
So he just does the horror story ones on FX.
American Crime Story director.
Okay.
I'm going to look that up real quick.
Did he do the Versace one? Because I thought that was...
One at a time, homie. My thumbs are only so quick.
Well, they're all American Crime Story, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So American Crime Story. Okay, so I guess it was Ryan Murphy. Brad Falchuk took over, though, for, I think, season 2. They've had a couple more. Daniel Minahan, Anthony Hemingway, Rob Morrow. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Wow. Theo Huxtable. No, he was a director.
Oh.
He directed some of the American Crime Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob Morrow did too?
Rob Morrow, yeah. And
he's been in he was a lot of movies there for a hot minute in like the 90s there. He was always like the side character, people's friend. He was never the main guy.
Yeah.
He was always...
That's basically the plight of any character actor out there is like, you're never going to be the guy. You're going to be like the guy's gay best friend.
He always showed up in a lot of like college-y or legal, like anytime there was like a lawyer type or a professor type or journalist type, Morrow would get those kind of roles. So he was like I'm trying to think, like he was in like one of those now you can look it up. But he did like I remember some kind of It was some kind of legal thriller or political thriller, and he's like the voice, the
Numbers,
the confidant.
Yeah, he's an American actor, director, best known for his portrayal of Dr. Joel Fleischman in Northern Exposure. Role that garnered 3 Golden Globes, 2 Emmy nominations for Best Actor in Dramatic Series. Later for his role as FBI agent Don Epps on Numbers.
Okay, Northern Exposure. That's where he got famous.
Yep.
Yeah, but there were some movies he did in between Northern Exposure and Numbers that I'm thinking of. Like
I will tell you this.
Like there's one where he's playing like a Boston accent. I remember because he was talking the whole time in that Boston.
In the history of TV series, there has never been a theme song better than Northern Exposure. This is my favorite theme song of any show ever.
Well, it was kind of a comedy drama.
This is where it really picks up. I love that. Oh, I loved it so much.
It's a very inviting you in.
It warms my heart. Wait, here's
I kind of forgot about this show.
Oh, dude, I
kind of forgot about that show when you mentioned it. And then we said, oh, yeah, no, that's right. He was the main dude in Northern Exposure. But, yeah, because that movie or that show, I watched it sometimes. It was kind of a comedy drama.
It was a dramedy, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like really a dramedy before those were big.
Yeah.
You remember 30-something? It was right around that time. Like when 30-something was a thing, that was a show.
I feel like it was like, because I think that was around the same time Twin Peaks and those other shows were starting to catch some run.
Yeah.
I feel like this was more of a family version of that a little bit.
Right.
If that makes sense.
A little bit, yeah.
It wasn't dark or anything like
Right.
but it
what's
kind of
funny
had that
too is
mountain, because weren't they in Maine or something, Northern Exposure?
Yeah, it was
or Montana,
it was up in
or Maine.
Montana, I think.
Yeah.
But what's funny was because the series ended, and then like shortly thereafter, the movie Fargo came out.
Yes.
And I always kind of felt like those two things were like connected in some kind of weird universe.
Fargo's a lot darker.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a Coen Brothers.
That's a great movie.
Tis.
To be honest, one of my favorite Coen Brothers movies.
Yep.
Top 5.
Well, yeah.
Maybe top 1.
I would definitely, yeah, I would probably say the top spot, but I would definitely set top 3 if not.
They've got some other movies that I enjoy because they get dark, but they have funny too. You know, they kind of, because even if you watch Fargo the movie, and I'm not talking about the TV show, the FX show, I don't think that does it justice to the movie.
I gotta go to the other station.
It's just because it's dark. The whole storyline's dark. Everything's dark, but then there's just brilliant one-liners in it, and you get like the characters in it are just. Like the Steve Buscemi character in that movie is amazing, and his sidekick in that movie are my favorite part of Fargo. I could watch that every time.
Okay, it just dropped down to second place.
What's number 1?
It's got to be Brother Where Art Thou.
I like that movie, but it's
dude,
weird.
I like that movie on an ethereal level. Like
Yeah.
I like that movie. It's not like one of those that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I put it on when I just want to be happy.
Yeah.
Like that, the whole RUNNOFT thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those movies that I could just watch just to be happy for.
It's a little too artsy for me,
which I love. Well, okay, I just like the hokiness of the whole thing.
But to be honest, that song I love. The I'm a Man of Constant Sorrow.
Dude, anything
for that
with-
song alone, I like the movie.
Any song that you can incorporate a juice harp,
Yeah.
I'm so in.
And I do love Clooney's portrayal of the character. It's a good movie. It's just a little artsy for me.
Sure.
It's because it's got that Iliad style of storytelling.
I would have to say top 3, Oh Brother, Fargo, and then probably Hudsucker Proxy.
Yeah, that one's better than most people think.
It's a sleeper. It's one of those.
I like some Tim Robbins movies. I mean, and that's just it. Tim Robbins is a either love him or hate him. You know, he's kind of, I mean,
Tim Robbins is one of those that.
I mean, everyone loves Shawshank, but past that, do you like
everything
any of his
I've
movies,
ever watched him in? I love. Have you ever seen the movie? And I know you have. Arlington Road.
Yeah.
That movie is a mind trip.
Yeah, it's a dark movie.
And that's the thing. Tim Robbins is great at doing he's great at doing the serious stuff. He can do like the your horror stuff with your Shawshank or your thriller stuff with Shawshank. Comedy with Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence. One of my favorite movies of all time. You don't mess with Grandma's Special Mustard. And then you can jump over here to to that movie. It's just he's varied as an actor. Arlington Road was That's another sleeper.
Not to mention his true celebrity movie.
Mm.
He plays Merlin in Top Gun.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, yeah. Forgot about that.
Is it Merlin? I think he's Merlin. Yeah.
It's
not Cougar. I think it's Merlin.
He's the sleeper in that movie too, because because you're dealing with Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer.
He's not famous.
When
in
you've
that
got
movie.
that level of beef, you're not looking at Tim Robbins.
He barely speaks in that movie. I think he's going, "What are you doing, Maverick?" I think that's his whole line.
Mm-hmm.
And towards the end there, he's in the back seat with Maverick, and he's like, "Are you crazy?" That's pretty much Merlin's. And then at the beginning, where he's like, "Cougar, are you okay?" Because he was Cougar's Rio.
Was he was the Tim Robbins character the character that Washout was portraying in Hot Shots?
No, because Washout would have been Cougar.
Okay.
And Merlin was Cougar's wingman,
Gotcha.
or
Okay.
his
Right.
Rio, his radio intercept officer.
Just I was trying to like figure out the side by side in Hot Shots.
Which that's what Rio stands for. When you watch Top Gun and the guys use my Rio, you can be my Rio, and it's radio intercept officer.
I randomly pulled up the breakfast scene from that movie the other day just to show Jasmine because she'd never seen it.
Which one?
The breakfast the romance scene where he starts in Hot Shots.
In Hot Shots, okay.
Was that part? Dude, no, that one's part 1
with the bacon and eggs.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And he takes the olive and
I still want to know how you do that.
You don't. You make a griddle, then you like cover it with I guess a skin. I don't know.
I mean, I can buy your sizzling bacon and eggs on her belly,
Mm-hmm.
but how did you make the olive shoot from the belly button to the mouth?
That was all done in post, I'm sure.
It's just not realistic.
No, my question is, how'd she suck the pimento out of the back of the olive?
I can tell you
Because you got to prep that olive first.
There is, if you look.
There's an X.
Yeah.
But you got to peel that X open. That's basically, if you go to a McDonald's, why I'm pointing this way. If you go to a McDonald's, that's where you got to put your straw through. You've got that X, but you got to penetrate the X.
That reminds me, I need to look something up.
This is such a weird hour of radio.
I know. Well, we need to take a break here in a minute. It is, but welcome to my head. You're getting 30 minutes of my head. Speaking of Hot Shots, the lady we're speaking, the actress that plays the griddle,
which we looked up the other day, and I can honestly not remember her name.
I am pretty sure because she kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I got to look it up, but I think she's in the morning show, that Apple TV show.
Really?
Season 2 here. I believe there's a part where season 2 and I'm not going to get you. It's basically
I got to go do country radio, so I'll look this up and you talk amongst your
but basically in season 2, the Steve Carell, who's basically playing like the Matt Lauer character in that show, he's been ousted, he's been isolated and vilified, and so he went to Europe, and I'm pretty sure the actress that plays the love interest in Hot Shots, it's the same woman. She sounds like her. It looks a lot like her. It looks a little older and a little heavier and things, but I think it's her. I just don't know her name. I got to go look it up. All right, it is 8:27. We haven't done weather. We got time to chit-chat for now, but about 8:45, we're going to have the folks from the Chaves County Extension office join us and give us an update there. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a look at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on over the next couple of days. We do have a cold front moving through the state today, and that'll kick up the wind a little bit, around 25 miles per hour, especially this afternoon. Our highs will be in the low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine, mid to upper 40s and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid 80s tomorrow and sunny. It'll be clear Wednesday night, low 80s and sunny Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 54 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 69%. Winds currently out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Sunny today with a high of 85 expected. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour this morning. Increase in 10 to 15 for this afternoon. Clear skies tonight with an overnight low of 44. Winds will be out of the west, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunny and a high of 81 for you Wednesday. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear skies. Overnight low of 46. Southwest winds southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the week, sunny on Thursday with a high of 83 expected. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny and 84 for you Friday. And then warm for the weekend, too. Saturday, sunny skies with a high of 88. Maybe near 90, but not quite. And then sunny and 86 for Monday or Sunday, and then 86 and sunny on Monday as well. All right, it is 8:29. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Don't forget, we'll have the folks from the Extension office join us here in about 15 minutes. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smitherman for The Joy of Marriage.
As people, we can get so focused on what we don't have, we don't appreciate what we do have. We can make ourselves miserable, angry, and even depressed by focusing our thoughts and words on the negative. Take a look around and find something to be grateful for that your spouse does. It will change your attitude in your marriage.
1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "No matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus."
Take it from me, I was such a negative person, but by renewing my mind with God's Word and learning to be thankful, it changed my life and greatly impacted my marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
It's October, and that means it's time to paint Roswell Honda pink. We've partnered up with the Chaves County Cancer Fund to help raise much-needed money, and we're gearing up for another amazing year. Roswell Honda is giving away some great prizes, including 2 Michael Kors designer purses, pretty in pink, of course. Stop by for your free entry or 3 with any qualified test drive. And that's not all. With rebates, incentives, and discounts, and with rates never being this low, there's never been a better time to get behind the wheel. Roswell Honda knows that times are tough, and we're here to help and take some of the stress out of your life. It's just a part of what makes this hometown proud. Help us make it happen for the Chaves County Cancer Fund and paint it pink this month at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 622-4455.
Where can you find the best selection of beautiful and unique home decor in the region? Easy. Casa Decor in Ruidoso. For years, people from all over have come to Casa Decor for the best selection of rustic, real wood furniture, beautiful decor from the Southwest and beyond, and quality outdoor furniture and accessories that are built to last a lifetime. At Casa Decor, they have over 10,000 square feet of showroom for everything you need. Casa Decor opens 7 days a week from 9:30 to 5 at 1214 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso, or online at casadecorruidoso.com. Proud supporter of local high school sports.
I know you smell that. The green chili roasting at Graves Farm. Come on out and load up. You can also load up on pumpkins. The hay rides to the pumpkin patch are back. Saturday starting at 10 through 4:30, Sunday beginning at 1:30. Adults just $8, kids are $6, and that includes the pumpkin. Large pumpkins are $2 extra. There's plenty of pumpkins and plenty of green chili. So follow the roasting aroma to Graves Farm. Type it in your GPS if you need help. Graves Farm, green chili, and a ride to the patch, a New Mexico tradition.
Yeah. What a great time of year this is. Leaves are changing, pecans are falling, and that feeling of autumn is in the air. Along with the change of seasons, your friends at the Tailgate Nation Roswell Ford suggested it may be time for a change of vehicles. And at Roswell Ford, there's no shortage of good, clean, late model cars and trucks that will serve your family for many years. For instance, right now, Roswell Ford has a beautiful 2020 Ford F-150 Lariat Crew Cab 4x4 with only 26,000 miles, and it's only $54,980. Oh, and here's a great deal on an SUV, a 2018 Ford Explorer XLT with less than 42,000 miles for just $28,980. They'll go fast, so you better hurry. Remember, Roswell Ford backs up all their pre-owned vehicles with a 3-day money-back guarantee, so you don't have to worry about making a mistake. And if you have a lightly used car or truck, Roswell Ford wants to see it. You'll probably be surprised how much it's worth. Whether you're thinking of buying or thinking of selling, come see us at Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation.
Looking for a hot cup of coffee and a breakfast burrito to start the day? Brewer's got it. What about a midday snack or a pick-me-up? Brewer's got it. Dinner for the family after a long day?
Brewer has what you need. Brewer's grill locations have extended hours, serving up all your favorites and brand new cravables, like their mushroom Swiss burger, their bacon and green chili chicken sandwich, and more. Find your nearest Brewer online, then call ahead for super quick pickup. Fuel your smile at a locally owned brewer near you. Whatever you need, Brewer's got it.
Christmas came early at Richland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. A huge inventory has finally arrived at the dealership. Every type of Ram truck you've been waiting for. 2500s, 3500s, even some 4500s. Been looking for a new Dodge Charger or Challenger? They've got them at Richland. And don't go far looking for a new Jeep, Wranglers, Cherokees, Gladiators, even some work vans. It's like Christmas came early. But hurry, these will go fast. Richland on Southeast Main in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The word gorilla is derived from a Greek word meaning a tribe of hairy women. Mike recommends that if you see a tribe of hairy women, you don't call them gorillas. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:35. Here in just a minute, we'll play some local news for you. And then in just a few after that, we're going to have Tamara Schubert join us from the Chaves County Extension Office, give us an update on what's happening there. But before we do that, a couple events I want to remind you about. This Saturday is the Walk to End Alzheimer's. The Southeast Regional Walk will be happening this Saturday at Cielo Grande Recreation Area. It's a in-person actual event this year, not virtual like last year. It is in person. They're going to start check-in about 9 a.m., and then the ceremony will kick off at 9:30, and then the walk itself will start at 10. Everything will be over about noon, but you can, if you'd like to donate, if you'd like to participate, you still can do all of that. Call the event manager, Paul Moore, for more information at 505-317-0978. You can also go online to the Alzheimer's. If you look on Facebook, you'll find a link there for it as well. And if you see this flyer, there's a little UR code you can scan if you see it around town. But it is this Saturday out at Cielo Grande. Check-in starts at 9 a.m. Also this Saturday is the CAPS program, the Kids Arts program. It's part of the Roswell Communal Theater. They're having their Living Museum Past and Present this Saturday from 10 to 4 at the Historical Society. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15. Angela Strange with the CAPS program will join us, and also have Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society join us, and we'll talk all about the event. You do have to pre-register, get tickets, all of that stuff. We'll talk more about that next hour with them. And then one more thing I want to mention to you before we play news is coming up on Saturday, October 30th, next weekend, next Saturday, Big Brothers and Big Sisters for Southeast New Mexico. They're having their Bowl-a-Ween 2021. It's their Bowl for Kids' Sake fundraiser. They had to postpone it 2 years ago because of COVID, and they haven't been able to do it till now. They're doing it, and it's going to be on Halloween, or that weekend of Halloween, Saturday. Be bowling there at Center City Lanes all afternoon. You can still register a team, become a sponsor, and download donation forms and things like that. If you want to put the team together, 5-person team, they ask you raise $500. If you were a part of the last one and raising money and all that, come on out. You're part of this. You've been participating for 2 years now. If you have questions, call the Big Brothers and Big Sisters office at 575-627-2227. Again, that's 627-2227. Or visit their website, www.bbbssenm.org. That's bbbssenm.org. It's the initials for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico. And you'll find the links there to register, donate, all that good stuff. All right, it is 8:38. Let's pause for local news and weather. And then on the other side, we're going to have Tamara Schubert join us from the Chaves County Extension Office. We'll get an update from her and talk a little. She's the new, she'll let her say the official title, but basically the home ag agent. She does all the stuff there from the diabetes classes, all that's her umbrella of the ag side. So we'll talk some of that stuff with Tamara here in just a few. Don't go away. Time for news. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. We'll be right back.
Now for a Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Under Sheriff Alan Griffith was invited to meet with students from Hermosa Church of Christ, where students learned a couple of safety tips and learned that police officers and sheriff's deputies are always someone they can look to for help. During the visit, students also met Sergeant Williams and Deputy Gonzalez, who gave students an inside look at patrol cars. The Eddy County Sheriff's Office gave a big thanks to Hermosa Church of Christ for the invitation. Another drug take-back event is planned for this weekend in Artesia. The event will be at the Artesia Public Library. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. The drug take-back event is Saturday, October 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Artesia Public Library. Authorities have identified a Silver City woman who died in a crash of a small airplane in Gila National Forest. New Mexico State Police said 74-year-old Linda Picot was pronounced dead at the scene of Friday's crash south of a reserve. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on over the next couple of days. We do have a cold front moving through the state today, and that'll kick up the wind a little bit, around 25 miles per hour, especially this afternoon. Our highs will be in the low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine, mid to upper 40s and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid 80s tomorrow and sunny. It'll be clear Wednesday night, low 80s and sunny Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. It's considered good luck in Japan when a sumo wrestler makes your baby cry. But who gets the good luck, the sumo wrestler or the baby? Here's Mike Winters.
Can't they both get it? I don't know. Can't we all just get it? Anyway, good morning. It is 8:41, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chavez County Extension Office, Tamara Schubert back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, last time we talked to you, I think you've been working a week maybe or something. You were pretty... Maybe.
Brand new.
It was days, I think. But now you got a full month plus under your belt. For folks that don't know, Tamara is, I guess you say, the home ec agent. Basically, Shannon Wooten, who was that position for a long time and was a staple there, she decided to retire on us at the beginning of the year.
Well deserved, I think.
Yeah, well deserved. I'm giving her a hard. She well deserves that retirement. But now you get to carry that baton and keep going there at the ag office.
Yes, sir. We've been in there just over a month, and it's been a busy month.
Yeah, I would imagine because I know when we think of the ag office, obviously a lot of people go there for 4-H stuff and talking. In the ag industry, people want to know about, everything from pesticides to agricultural, all of that. And the Extension Office helps that. But really for the community side, for, those of us that aren't into ranching and farming and 4-H, this is where you can help a lot of those people. Because when it comes to your health, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to just quality life at home, that's kind of that's your world. That's where you can help folks. And there's a lot of resources and opportunities through the Extension Office. And you're the person that can help them get there for that.
Yes, sir. So this position covers a wide variety. It's family consumer sciences. So it's anything with finances, child development, food and nutrition.
Yeah.
And it covers a wide blanket.
Yeah. It's kind of the home life side of everything.
Yes, sir.
And just, we want to get youth and adults resources for the other stuff. But, this is the stuff where I think benefits are bigger umbrella people. You know what I mean? All of us have to eat healthy. All of us have to make sure our household is in order and things like that. And that's where you come in and say, yeah, I can help you do that.
Absolutely.
Help you eat. I know probably one of the more popular resources that are utilized through you are the diabetic side. I know with Shannon, they had the not only the diabetic cookbook class, so basically classes to teach you how to cook your favorite foods that are more friendly towards diabetic and less sugar, less carbs, less that go to that, but still eat your pizzas and things like that and do it in different ways. But also you have your class for like pre-diabetics and things where, all right, the doctor gave you the bad news. You're on the path to being diabetic. You're not there yet, but guess what? You sign up for these classes and things. They can help you work to get healthy again, get you on the lifestyle, help you lose weight, help you learn to eat to something that's better to your body and your situation now. And it's real easy to have that death sentence or life is over mentality when you get diagnosed with diabetes. Like, great, now I'm eating.
Where do we go?
Yeah, great. Now there's no more ice cream, no more pizza, no more of this. And it's like, no. This is not a death sentence. It's just time to reassess how you do things, and let's see if we can find a way to, not get you into a healthier lifestyle, but do it so you enjoy it and you like it, and it's not an effort.
Right. So our kitchen creation courses, I actually just had our program meeting this month.
Okay.
So our kitchen creations, which is all about the diabetes and stuff, you get some hands-on and some instructional training in that. Those will kick off next year.
Good deal. So if you've been asking about those and things, start calling, getting on the lists and sign up and asking more information. If you want resources to kind of tide you over in the meantime,
sure.
Tamara can definitely point you in the right direction, give you some resources, give you some things. Obviously, always talk to your healthcare professionals about this stuff too. They're always a wealth of information too. But
absolutely,
it's just finding your new routine is really what it is finding that new lifestyle, that new routine, and that's your office does that. I mean, all the time. That's just what they're doing. And now, now that you kind of came in right at the fair here, so did you get to see were you part of some of the judging side and some of that, or?
We did. I helped with a couple of things, and then I had the inside exhibits along with the fair booths and stuff, so hopefully everybody made it out to the educational building at the fair.
Absolutely. I've done this in the past, so I got to ask. I used to do the morning show in Artesia for like 8 years, and for a couple of years they asked me when they had the Eddy County Fair to help judge the foods, the breads, the cookies, the baked goods, and all that stuff. And now, when someone first asks you to do that, you're like, you mean I get to, yeah, all right, that sounds, I'll take one for the team here. But it's a job.
It is. We had a lot of food exhibits this year, from cake decorating to pies to canned goods. But they enjoyed it. We tried to split it between several different judges.
Deal.
So yeah.
So how was that for you? Was that kind of first time doing that kind of thing, or was that? Or
I was an agent before.
So
you've been
there,
we kind of fit in. But yeah,
got the T-shirt.
The exhibits and the food that came in this year were great.
I don't get me. I had a great time, but I ain't gonna lie. You got to pace yourself. There is. I looked like a rookie the first year because I'm like, ooh, cookies. Yeah, I'll eat another cookie. And after an hour of this, you're like, you just got to take a bite. Come on.
One bite.
Like, no more, please. But that's it's. So trust me, if someone asks you to judge these things, have fun, do it, but be prepared. You got to do some training. And when they tell you don't eat the whole thing, don't eat the whole thing. Trust me. Unless you're just looking for some gluttonous debauchery, then help stick to the pros on this.
Right.
So let me talk as far as like in the meantime with these classes and things. Is there are you just kind of steering people to websites and things to kind of get some information in the meantime for now, or
we do have some information in office. We do have other programs and stuff going on. It's just the diabetes program that will be kind of next year.
Yeah.
With the position being vacant, we missed out on some funding and stuff, so those programs will open back up.
Gotcha. So be on the lookout for those next year here. In the meantime, call, ask, and if there's I don't know if you have a pre-sign up or anything like that, but ask about those and kind of check back. Maybe the beginning next year too for more information about that too as we get. But in the meantime, if you're looking for resources, if you're looking, maybe I understand time doesn't. If you just got diagnosed, you don't want to wait till next year to learn this stuff. You want to try to get involved with it now. Talk with your doctors. A lot of times they'll set you up with a nutritionalist or something that can kind of help you. At least give you the basics, and then that gets you started. And then when the classes come around next year, you can sign up for those and find new creative ways to kind of meet those goals. And there's only so many ways to do cauliflower. I get you, but we can figure it out.
Yeah, but we can definitely provide you with information, recipes, and things like that in the meantime.
Yeah.
And if you're just looking for something to do, they can always come join us at the Christmas Showcase next month.
That is coming up. This is another traditional event. It's kind of like a pre-playbook for Christmas. And people sign up quickly for this. So so don't dawdle when. But basically, and if it's different than this year, let me know. But basically, you come out to the event and you get to go like round robin style to these different booths. It's different. Sometimes they're recipes for foods for Christmas, for the holidays. Sometimes decor, arts and crafts, things like that. It's all packaged in a book.
Yes,
and so you go around and kind of try and pick the things you really like and do, and then get the book. And then you can kind of recreate and do some of these things for your holiday with your family and all that stuff. It's very affordable. It's very cheap, but
$5.
It's $5. But it's people want that book. That book is people. It's almost like that's what they're paying the $5 is for that book.
Well, and the $5 goes back to the kids for scholarships for the youth in Travis County. But the book is jam-packed with supplies, directions, recipes. They've got some great simple gifts that they can do for the holidays. They've got the decor that you were talking about.
Yeah. I'm guessing if there was a book available commercially to buy like this, you're probably paying 4 times that to get something like this. And this book is different every year. So if you've gotten previous years, or one from last year, it's not the same book. There's new ideas. There's new things in there. So come out. If you got one last year or the year before, probably not last. But did last year it happen? I'm not.
They missed last year.
Yeah,
but
COVID kind of threw a loop and things. But if you missed the last, or if you got one last time and you're like going, this book's handy. I loved it. Another one coming.
There is.
So
and they have a chance to do raffles for a quilt this year as well.
Okay.
Door prizes if they come and join us as well.
Awesome. So so give us all the particulars, the dates, times, and everything.
So it'll be Tuesday, November the 9th.
Okay.
They have a showing at 1:30 and a showing at 6:30.
Okay. And where is it taking place this year?
It's going to be at the fairgrounds this year in the new pavilion building.
In the new building at the Chaves County Fairgrounds. So
yes, sir.
Come on out. Do they need to pre-register? Do they just come out?
They can pre-buy their tickets from the extension office if they would like to. So $5 a ticket.
Okay.
Or they can buy them at the door.
Okay. So if you space out and no problem, there'll be enough books for everybody there.
Yes, sir.
And you don't have to come like starving, but come a little hungry because you try things.
They do have some yummy recipes.
Yeah.
I've tried some of them. They're awfully good.
Yeah.
So.
Wet your beak a little bit on that. So, but that's November 9th.
Yes, sir.
What time again?
1:30 and 6:30.
So you got a 1:30 afternoon, and then for those that have to work during that time, you can come after work there, come about 6:30, and come and definitely if you're looking for ideas for holidays, like from food to decor to just looking for even new traditions and things. This book's full of that stuff. It's just and I don't care if you're a new family starting out, maybe it's the first Christmas with the kids and all that. Some great stuff there, or if it's Christmas number 27 with the family here, it's whatever it is, you're going to find stuff. And it's a great book. I'm telling you, people covet this thing, and it's one of those things. I compare it to the pumpkin rolls that the Christmas Bazaar folks do, which is probably coming up here as well too. They usually do at the fairgrounds where they sell crafts and things. That the pumpkin roll is like a hot ticket item that goes quick. These books are kind of in that same vein. They don't last. So come out that day on the 9th or pre-order. Go swing by the extension office, get your tickets, and that way you can guarantee yourself a book. So good deal.
Sir.
What else? Is there anything else we want to make sure we covered, or do we get
new enrollments for 4-H started this month as well? So if they're interested in that, come pick up a packet. We've got lots of clubs for them to try out with lots of projects.
Very good. Yeah, Andrea does an amazing job with the 4-H program, and now she gets to focus more on 4-H again, which I think she's very happy about. Although I'm guessing you and her are now kind of doing the ag side together till we find a replacement for Troy.
And we have interviews for that position this month as well. So we're hoping by by November, we're full staff in the office.
Excellent. Well, is that job still listed on like the Workforce Connections and all that?
It's not. It's closed.
It's closed.
They are setting up for interview here in a couple of weeks. And then, like I said, hopefully it's filled by the first part of November.
But in the meantime, if you got those kind of questions, don't hesitate to call the office. If Andrea or Tamara can't help you direct, they'll find someone that can help you.
We will.
That.
We have a lot of extension experts at the college that we can direct you to.
Yep. So bring your questions of, does this leaf look funny to you? And are these nuts okay? And things like that.
Right. We'll do that too.
Good deal. Well, is there anything else we want to make sure you mentioned, or do we get it all there?
I think that's all that's coming up.
Awesome. Of course, if you have any questions about anything we talked about here, if you're a Facebook user, it's the extension office is under NMSU. So I think a lot of the Facebook stuff's under NMSU Ags and Sciences. I don't remember the exact.
When you can find us on the Chaves County page for the extension clubs or the Chaves County Ag or Chaves County 4-H. There's several out there.
Very good. So any of those through that, you can always come by the office there on Chisholm. Is it 8 to 5 generally? Usually, you guys
Yes, sir.
Someone's holding down the fort there at the office. And what's the phone number over there?
It is 575-622-3210.
Very good. So if you have any questions regarding 4-H, if you have any questions regarding home economics, diabetes, any of that kind of stuff, and of course, if you have any questions related to ag-related, anything from professional growers and to your backyard questions, so that they can help you out with that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
So, excellent. Well, Tamara, as always, appreciate the visit.
Thank you.
Welcome your full first month under your belt here. Congratulations. And
thank you.
Look forward to more chit-chats and more awesome things coming out of the ag office here in the coming months.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Good deal. Don't work too hard. It is 8:54. Let's go ahead and pause for your Town Hall Business Update. We'll be back. Don't go away.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. The Sinclair Broadcast Group, which operates dozens of TV stations across the United States, said Monday that some of its servers and workstations were encrypted with ransomware and that data was stolen from its network. The company said it started an investigation Saturday, and on Sunday it found that some of its office and operational networks were disrupted. Microsoft executives in 2008 warned Bill Gates to stop sending flirtatious emails to a female employee, but dropped the matter after he told them he would stop, the company revealed Monday. The Wall Street Journal was first to report that executives met with Gates after the company discovered the emails. On Wall Street, the Dow down 36 points to close at 35,258. The Nasdaq up 124 to 15,021, and the S&P 500 ahead 15 to 4,486. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The average person spends only 10 minutes a day speaking. Many wish Mike Winters was more like the average person. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:56. Got a couple minutes here before the top of the hour. Stay tuned next hour. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to have Angela Strange with the CAPS program, the Kids Arts program, which is part of the Roswell Community Little Theater. Also, Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico will join us. And we'll talk all about the Living Museum, past and present. It's a big CAPS event that's happening this Saturday at the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. Come hear the stories of people who have shaped Roswell, New Mexico. Learn about the local nonprofits and businesses in your community. Enjoy family activities, including reenactors, interactive demonstrations, take home crafts, raffles, books, craft booths, and more. Yeah, all of it. And all the proceeds go to the Kids Arts program of the Roswell Community Little Theater and the Historical Society, which both could desperately use it. I know the Historical Society, we got a lot of renovations and things we've been paying for, roof replacements, things like that. So we're covering costs there. And CAPS program, just keeping that program with the Community Little Theater. I know the Community Theater, they're saving up money for a roof right now, which they've got a concert they've partnered with, which I'll tell you about in a second. But the CAPS program, that money I think goes to the Kids Arts program and making sure that they've got everything they need for their programs. And you can learn more about the CAPS program too at this event. But stay tuned next hour. We're going to have Angela and Amy join us, and we'll talk all about that event. But the other event I'm talking about there with the Community Little Theater, they've partnered with the Kiwanis Club of Roswell, and they've got a great concert coming up on November 6th. It's the music of Simon and Garfunkel, Swearingen, and Kelly. This show is a little different than typical shows at the Community Little Theater. This one's got reserved seating. And most of the shows there are open seating. This one is a reserved seating concert. $28 to get a seat, and you'll go online to the RoswellTheater.com website, and you go and pick your seat there. They also have a $40 VIP ticket available, and with that, you get preferred seating. They'll put you in a certain the preferred section there. You get a meet and greet with Swearingen and Kelly before the concert. Plus, you get other swag and accoutrement, things of, it's good, VIP has its privileges, and you get some of those too. But you can get tickets, either your reserve seating for 28 or your VIP seating right now at roswelltheater.com. Make sure you spell theater Theatre. Showtimes, there's 2 performances, 2 concerts. There's a 2 p.m. matinee on Saturday, November 6th, and then there's an evening performance at 7:30. You'll find tickets for both shows at roswelltheater.com, or you can call Lori with the Kiwanis Club, 575-513-8119. Again, that's 575-513-8119. And again, proceeds for this event are split between the Roswell Community Little Theater, which, like I said, they're going to be using their funds to help pay for the new roof that they got to replace there. And then the Kiwanis Club, their portion of it, going towards the Roswell's All-Inclusive Park, which they had the dedication ceremony for on Friday. So it's going towards that. So get your tickets, enjoy a great concert there, and help out both these great organizations. They're also doing a golf ball drop that morning with the Kiwanis Club. If you go look up Kiwanis of Roswell, you'll find more information there, and you can get a golf ball and maybe win some cash for yourself there, too. All right, it is 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Unlike the cost of just about everything we buy, President Biden's poll numbers are sinking, and they're going down fast. Just 36% approval in a newly released survey.
Analysts at Zogby Analytics chose to describe it as sinking like the Titanic after they crunched their numbers and found only 15% of respondents calling Mr. Biden's job performance excellent, another 21% good. In contrast, 42% say his work was poor, and another 19% say only fair. The analysis explains Mr. Biden is only receiving decent marks from his political base's most ardent supporters. Democrat, liberals, urban voters, and African Americans, they were the only groups to give him a majority positive rating. Otherwise, the report says he's getting hammered. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The criminal gang that kidnapped more than a dozen U.S.-based Christian missionaries in Haiti now demanding $17 million ransom for the captives, including 5 children being held at an undisclosed location. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot accusing the city's police union of trying to induce an insurrection, all because the union opposes her COVID vaccine mandate. The White House insisting that President Biden's massive tax and spend plan will contain climate provisions.
A major priority for the president and liberal Democrats is passing a clean energy program to replace coal and gas-fired power plants. But Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia is staunchly opposed. Despite his objection, the White House declared that climate components will be included in the final bills.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston says the president will meet with moderate and progressive Democrat lawmakers today, trying to find some common ground. Home building tumbled 1.6% last month. Builders continuing to be tripped up by supply chain bottlenecks. On Wall Street, the Dow's up 150 points, and NASDAQ 88 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Why are cash-out refinances such a big deal right now? Uncle Ryan tries to teach me something.
I really feel like right now might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've been doing this for 18 years now, and I've just never seen a market where the rates are so low and values across the country have skyrocketed as much as they have. That combination, I remember one couple in particular, they were looking to do some home improvements at the house, but they were worried about their payments going up. Well, with rates being so low and them building up so much equity in the home over the last few years, we were able to get them the cash out for those home improvements, and their payments actually went down a little bit. Every single situation is different, but it does happen more often than you think. So it definitely does not hurt to call.
We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Middle Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. License in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
A 96-year-old former secretary for a Nazi concentration camp commander has appeared before a court in northern Germany, formally hearing the charges against her.
This is the second attempt to open the trial against Irmgard Forschner, who's accused of contributing to the murder of more than 11,000 people at the Stutthof Nazi concentration camp in today's Poland. In September, she went on the run by taking a taxi from her nursing home. Later that day, she was found by police and detained. Irmgard Forschner was 18 years old when she started working as a secretary for the camp's commander. After the war, she was interviewed a number of times as a witness in high-level cases against those who ordered or carried out the atrocities.
The BBC's Damien McGuinness in Berlin. Russia registering another daily record of coronavirus deaths. News and analysis at townhall.com. After nearly 7 years in China, LinkedIn says it will stop operating its localized version of the platform, replacing it with a jobs listing website.
LinkedIn is the only major Western social media platform still operating in China. Others, such as Facebook and Google, pulled out of the Chinese market in the early 2010s. Come the end of the year, LinkedIn will only operate a jobs posting site called InJobs, with no social media feed or content sharing.
Correspondent Jeremy House. The South Korean military says North Korea has fired at least one ballistic missile into the sea in what was likely a weapon designed for a submarine-based launch. The test firing would mark possibly the most significant demonstration of the North Korean military might since President Biden took office. Again, on Wall Street this hour, the Dow up 162 points, the S&P ahead 27. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. It on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. 3.
Tres Inviernos.
I screwed
It's
myself
like,
up.
what?
Screwed myself up. I was thinking about something else.
Because you know I listen super intently right at the beginning of that third hour.
He does. He's on his toes. I was not. So, could have got me. You could have got me and just said Tres Inviernos anyway.
I could have just said 3 winners.
3 winners.
Just to throw you off.
Could have done
Really
that.
throwing a wrench into things.
He could have got me.
2 winners. What?
He could have got me. I was vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Left yourself open.
I did.
Could have rope-a-doped you.
Could have. Could have. And I would deserve it, quite frankly. No, it's no lie. I would deserve that.
Yeah, no, had that coming. That's honestly, dude, half the arguments, like the arguments that I've gotten into with Jasmine so far, I've been like, you know what? You're right. Good point. I've got no leg to stand on. Well played.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
I botched that one.
Smarter than me in a lot of ways. Told you that going in.
I'm willing to accept that, but the shoe's on the other foot. I expect the same.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I'll fall on the sword if I need to, but if there's some sword falling and they need to do it, I'm pushing.
It's your turn to fall. I'm pushing. I'm pushing. Mean. You're going to fall on the sword, but I won't make you fall.
Oh, man. Cheese days.
It's got dark quick.
Things escalated quickly.
Did you kill someone with a trident?
Yeah, you might want to lay low for a few days. Oh, man, don't get me started on Anchorman. It'll be a rabbit hole we do not want to come back out of. Or you all want to. I won't.
You know what I want to do? Is go back and rewatch Anchorman 2 because I feel like there's a lot
good
of
movie.
It is good, but I feel like there's a lot of sleeper quotes that I'm not.
There's quite a few.
Just like in that little clip that I pulled up, like a few weeks ago. I've been referencing the whole. We're all the same on the inside, just pink and stinky. Pink and Stinky is the greatest way to reference. That's fantastic. Just Pink and Stinky.
Yeah, there's some great. The whole when he's blind thing at the lighthouse, there's so many great quotable lines there. The scene where he's meeting his new boss for the first time has a ton of funny lines.
I had a black man follow me.
The whole chicken of the cave bit.
Oh my god.
The whole cruise control on the van.
The van thing, yeah. That's the scene that everybody remembers is why are we traveling with scorpions and bowling balls? It's just a slow motion turn.
And I love the epic fight scene.
Yeah.
They bring in Stonewall Jackson's ghost.
That was pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think because I wondered, because I'm like, the brawl scene in the first one was pretty epic.
It was epic. How are you going to
top that?
Right.
And they did it.
And
they totally topped
they worked
it in the second one. And
because they got all the different cable networks you can play with. And
it's just funny. And here's the thing: people mock it in trivia like, "Oh, it's just stupid." Yes, it is. That's what it's intended to be.
Pure D stupid.
There is no educational. Everyone's looking for a message. I'm like, it's just 2 hours.
If you try to follow the law, I'll give you a prime example. If you're watching Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, like for cinematic genius and like storytelling a bit, you're not going to get it. There's a song in the movie that literally says, 2 air vents on the roof. That's what the guy was talking about. It's like, it's meant to be stupid.
But exactly.
Pure stupid fun.
But the difference between that, I would go the other way with Tenacious D. Like, you go in thinking, this is just a dumb, it's Jack Black doing his songs. Problem is, Jack Black's very talented musician.
Incredible. Yeah. Not to mention, he's got a real good Rolodex.
Yeah, and I always forget the other guy with him on that.
Kyle Gass.
Yeah, Kyle Gass, the other one.
Kyle Gass project is out of control.
They're very, to be honest, they're very good musicians. And I think if Jack Black and if Tenacious D wanted to go serious, I think they could. I think they have the skill set to do that, but it's Jack Black, and it's very hard to take him seriously.
If you wonder about the musicianship of even just Kyle Gass, look at that scene at the beginning at on the pier or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't you see he's the man? Let me hear you applaud. He is more than a man. He's a shiny golden god. I mean, the fact that he can play that on an acoustic guitar is whew.
Yeah, I'm telling you that they got skills. So I always, when I think of that movie, I think, oh yeah, it's a dumb comedy, but you're like, there's actually quality musicianship throughout this whole thing. It's, just because it's the lyrics are more Weird Al than Bryan Adams. It's more.
Lesson to be learned there, kids. Weird Al is quite the musician himself.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. It takes a lot of talent to be dumb.
Well, his whole life, his dad was a famous polka artist. And Weird Al.
No.
His dad was not a famous polka artist.
No. Everybody says that. No, he is not related to Frankie Yankovic. He is not related to Frank.
I thought there was a relationship there.
Nope.
I thought I remember him in an interview saying that he grew up in music and all that.
He used to take offense to that. He is.
I could have sworn I remember saying
his
that.
mom and dad are just normal people, but they pushed him to try different things, and he took a liking to the accordion at an early age.
So is his last name really Yankovic?
Huh?
How many other Yankovics are there?
You wouldn't think there. It's kind of a weird coincidence, I admit, but there's no relation. I know.
I would claim that anyway.
She literally went down that. Well, his father was Andre the Giant. The Giant thing. It's like, his father wasn't. No,
I'm not that dumb. No, I honestly thought I remember a documentary or something where they were talking about Weird Al and his dad.
Maybe there was a whole. I can't remember if he had taken a liking to the accordion because of Frankie Yankovic, but there was no relation.
Okay, I could have. I watch a lot of stuff. Not everything sticks.
Sure.
I could have sworn I remember seeing that one. But anyway, I just completely spaced on what I was talking about. Anyway, Tenacious D's better than
you were just talking about musicianship of someone like Al Yankovic.
And Anchorman 2 is a great movie.
Agreed.
You're not going to get some strong message, but if you just want to laugh your teeth out for an hour and a half, then it's good for that.
Make sure to take your teeth out first, and then just yuck it up. Gum flapping away, flaps away.
Or that You know what I always love? Now I'm thinking, because I think Simpsons when I think teeth out laughing. And But what I really think is I've always wanted my lip to ripple like the Simpsons when you burp.
Right?
You know when you burp and it does that.
Yeah.
I always wanted that.
I've
Why can't
imagined,
my lips do that?
I've actually achieved a Barney level burp before, and I haven't checked, but I feel like at some point my lips do vibrate. I don't think they're as dramatic.
Yeah.
My whole thing was I always like wanted to do the thing they do with their tongues when they yell.
Oh yeah.
The bounce in and out thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never been able to pull that off.
Yeah. I think that's just.
You just
cartoon.
look weird too when you're driving, like in your intersection or whatever. You're just trying to pull that look off.
I think those are just cartoon facial expressions that are standard in the cartoon world that we just can't achieve as human beings.
So the guest is here. We got to go. But have you ever done this thing where you're watching like or listening to like a stand-up comic, like an audio of a stand-up comic, and they do like a bit that's visual, and so you try to like mimic the thing that they're doing, and then you realize you're doing it while sitting at an intersection, and the dude across from you is watching you do that weird thing.
I can even tell you the artist I did that to.
Who was it?
Robin Harris.
Okay.
The stand-up comedy.
Right.
I used to listen. I had his stand-up bit on cassette tape.
Okay.
And I would listen to it till I wore the tape out. We don't die, we multiply.
Right,
I laughed the whole bit where he's at the gas station and someone asks him for spare change. He gets a spare job. Can you get a spare? That whole that special.
Right.
I played it 50,000 times in my. I don't think I ever saw it on TV. Now that I think about it, I just heard it 100 times, and exactly what you're saying.
The pantomime part, you start doing it just so you can kind of like recreate it, in real life.
Yeah. But yeah, Robin Harris, Bebe's Kids.
That's another one of those movies that.
Yeah, the movie. To be honest, the movie doesn't do it justice. Like the movie is funny, but
well, yeah,
but the stand-up's way better.
Yeah, you can be a lot more offensive in the stand-up.
Yeah, the stand-up was way better. They tried to family it up a little bit for the Bebe's Kids movie. Now, granted, there's still some raunchy moments, but not like the stand-up.
You just gotta love that Tone Loc was one of the babies.
Gone too soon. Robin Harris, he died early.
Yeah, he did, really did.
I think, did he have like a heart deal or cancer or something? What did he have?
Grown-ups named Robin don't fare well.
Oh, Robin Williams lived a long time.
He did.
He was in his 50s before he took his own life.
Yeah. Robin Quivers is doing okay, I guess.
She's still alive?
Yeah. Had a rough go at it, but.
Robin Hood seemed to do all right.
Yeah. Depends on who you ask.
Depends on which Robin Hood you watch.
That's very true.
If I watched the Kevin Costner one, he did just fine.
He did fantastic. Carrie Elwes, on the other hand, it's questionable.
I was more of a Blinken fan than that one.
Yeah.
Blinken.
Sorry, are you saying Secretary Blinken?
Blinken. All right, 9:16. Dumb jokes stop. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on over the next couple of days. We do have a cold front moving through the state today, and that'll kick up the wind a little bit, around 25 miles per hour, especially this afternoon. Our highs will be in the low to mid 80s, and we should get plenty of sunshine, mid to upper 40s and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid 80s tomorrow and sunny. It'll be clear Wednesday night, low 80s and sunny Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 61 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 43% with winds currently out of the west at 3 miles per hour. Sunny today and a high of 85 expected. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight with an overnight low of 44 degrees. West winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, 81. A little bit cooler tomorrow with northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 46 degrees. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the week, sunny and a high of 83 for you Thursday. Friday, sunny skies with a high of 84. And then a little warmer for the weekend. 88 and sunny on Saturday. 85 and sunny on Sunday. And then we'll be floating in the mid-80s to start next week's work week as well. All right, it is 9:17. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, about 3.5 minutes here, and then we will talk with Angela Strains from the CAPS program and Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. Don't go away.
The biggest sale in the history of southeastern New Mexico is back at Roswell Nissan. King of cars. With every vehicle on the lot slashed to liquidation pricing. Like a 2020 Versa slashed to under 18 grand. A 2014 Jeep Patriot slashed to under 13 grand. And a 2015 Sentra slashed to under 9 grand. Get free AirPods just for stopping by and enter to win one of 3 LED smart TVs, including a 58-inch 4K Ultra High-Def Smart TV to be given away October 23rd at 1 p.m. sharp. King of cars. On now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Times are changing, and today's funerals aren't always the sad and solemn events you might expect. This is Gabriel Casaus from LaGrone Funeral Chapel. Along with hymns and scriptures, today's funeral services are often filled with fish stories, country songs, and a joke or two, golf clubs and hot rods, favorite recipes, and kitchen disasters. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, we believe a funeral should reflect your loved one's personality, passion, and sense of humor. When you lose a loved one, we're here, because at LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
900 South Main, Roswell.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell, with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
It's October, and that means it's time to paint Roswell Honda pink. We've partnered up with the Chaves County Cancer Fund to help raise much-needed money, and we're gearing up for another amazing year. Roswell Honda is giving away some great prizes, including 2 Michael Kors designer purses, pretty in pink, of course. Stop by for your free entry or 3 with any qualified test drive. And that's not all. With rebates, incentives, and discounts, and with rates never being this low, there's never been a better time to get behind the wheel. Roswell Honda knows that times are tough, and we're here to help and take some of the stress out of your life. It's just a part of what makes this hometown proud. Help us make it happen for the Chaves County Cancer Fund and paint it pink this month at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits or the astronauts? Here's Mike Winters.
The age-old debate. Good morning. It is 22 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the CAPS program, the Kids Arts program, which is part of the Roswell Community Little Theater, we have Angela Strange with us, and then with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, Amy McVeigh is back as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Doing all right.
All right. You excited?
Beautiful day.
It is. It's real nice. It's we're I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember last fall or spring. But because I feel like I don't know what happened then, I don't remember. But I feel like this stretch of weather is kind of the nicest consistent stretch of nice weather we've had in a long time. You know what I mean? It's either scorching hot, scorching cold, scorching windy, something to something. Mm-hmm. We got the Goldilocks of weather right now. That's right. Just right weather right now.
Amen.
Good deal. Well, Angela, I guess before we talk about the graveside, not graveside manor, the Living Museum event here coming up, kind of give folks a little bit of background about CAPS program and just to give folks an understanding of what the CAPS program is all about.
Yes, the CAPS program's been around for about 10 years, I believe. But we're just new to being part of the Roswell Community Little Theater. And it's been wonderful. They've just accepted us in and just partnered with us.
Just a good match.
Yes, absolutely. And so now we're their youth program.
Yeah.
And so that gives us a lot more resources. We're able to use the stage and just really give the kids the full theater experience.
Yeah, I think prior to that, it was a lot of projects like community projects and things like that. Graveside Manor, obviously, but didn't you guys do a lot of like the painting around town in years past and things?
No, we weren't part of that group.
Okay, I thought that was part of CAPS.
We
too,
did some First Friday stuff with CAPS, and we just were in different places for our classes and different places for our shows.
Gotcha. Okay, I was thinking that you guys did some of those projects too, but now that you're with the theater, you kind of can full time. It's a full theater program as part of all the other. Things that the kids learn and stuff is other aspects of art that the kids learn.
Yes, we have 2 semesters, so we do the fall and the spring. And so they'll do a specific skill in the fall, and they'll learn something about the either miming or projecting their voice or different things in the theater. And then in the spring, we actually do a full play with the kids.
Gotcha. So it's kind of they learn the skill sets. And then they go and practice them later on and put them to practice and get to perform. That's great. Well, one of their putting them to practice events will be this Saturday. Now, if folks are familiar with the Graveside Manor, that's probably one of the more publicly known events that the CAPS program does every year, where they'll go out to South Park Cemetery and do what I always call them chautauquas. I don't know if that's quite the right term, but basically the kids portray the roles of some of the more prominent people of Roswell's past that currently reside at South Park Cemetery. And so the kids will dress up as the characters and kind of be that character. Like, for instance, your son plays J.P. White for, I think, just about many of those.
Yes.
And so when he's there, he's not Josiah Strange no more. He's J.P. White doing his thing. You know what I mean? And so the Living Museum event is going to be a little like that, a little bit more, a little bit different. But if you remember Graveside Manor, the Living Museum will be very much in that same vein, but with more stuff. Is that a pretty fair statement?
Yes, it stemmed right from there, but this way we're able to cover people that we couldn't do at Graveside Manor because they're not there yet.
Yes. I mean, you could, but it'd be weird. Yes. And not displayed here is...
Exactly.
So so we would love to get families to come out this weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to bring the kids, because there's going to be not only the performance side of it, but take home projects and things like that for these kids to do, and I mean the adults can do them too, but I think they're more kid centric.
We're all a kid at heart, though.
Exactly. Mike. So if you're like, that was easy, well, it's not for you; it's for a child. I'm glad it was not easy for you.
Right.
But come out, be a part of it. Now, we want to get people to get advance tickets here. That way we can make sure we plan enough time slots and everybody, we want to make sure, everything's planned. It's kids too. Kids have shorter attention spans than adults and things like that. So we want to make sure we're planned and we're not overworking everybody or anything like that. So please pre-register for this. It's pretty easy to do. Would be the simplest, best way to go to the RoswellTheater.com webpage at this point. And that's the Community Little Theater's website. While you're there, you can get tickets for the Swearingen and the Carpenters concert that's coming up here on the 6th. Any of their other shows and events, there's you can get tickets through that website. But look there for it's called the Living Museum event. You'll click on that link, and then you can get tickets. Now, I know, Angela, you're saying there might be a little bit of confusion there, so let's go ahead and kind of explain that. So when people come across and they're like saying, "Wait a minute, this ain't right," this is what's going on. Kind of explain that process to how to get the tickets on the website there.
Yes, if you go to RoswellTheater.com and then click on the Living History, it'll say Living Museum.
Okay.
It'll be a little picture, an old picture of Graveside Manor on there, and you just click on that, and then it'll give you a little drop-down menu that'll tell you all the tour times. So when you first go on, our first tour set is actually sold out.
Okay.
And so it'll say no seats, but when you click on the little arrow and drop down, it'll give you all the different tour times, and you click on them, and then it'll tell you how many seats are left.
So the only one that's technically sold out is the early slot, the first slot there. The rest are good
Yes,
to
I think
go.
we've sold out of that in the 2 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So, but the other slots still have seats.
So if you see not available next to the keep on the drop box there's other times there. Please pick the right times. If you have any questions, you can probably call either the Historical Society or the office there, and someone can navigate you through it and help you through it and get. Now, is it all advance tickets?
No, you can walk in on the day, but there's a chance we could be sold out.
Okay. So if you want to guarantee you get a time
Mm-hmm.
and not wait around or anything like that, get your advance tickets at roswelltheater.com at the website there. If you space out and forget it's Saturday morning, you're like, oh yeah, that's today. Come on out. We'll do. You might have to wait a few minutes here and there, but
we'll do our best to get you in.
They'll get you in and do all that. Now, now that we tell them how to get in, talk about some of the things they're going to see when they're there on Saturday.
Yes, so they'll have the tour where they'll get to meet the characters, and then they'll have all the craft booths will be in the archive building.
Okay.
And in between, they're going to have a few vendors, so there'll be some people out there selling their own crafts and telling, like the library's going to be out there letting you know what's happening out there.
Oh, cool. So other community nonprofits and things will be out there talking about their events and things and selling stuff and getting you involved in their activities too.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
One of the things I think is important for individuals to remember is for these activities, our parking lot, the Historical Society parking lot will be blocked off.
Okay.
So if you come and it's blocked off, be advised to know we ask you just park across the street behind Allsup's. You can park north of the Historical Society Archives building. And we ask this of you also. You need to directly go, you'll see a tent right by the flagpole.
Okay.
And that's where all individuals need to go first.
Okay.
We're reminding everybody.
So go to the flagpole.
Go to the flagpole.
Okay.
But don't just come to hang
erected
out and not purchase a ticket, because we want this to be a safe haven event and we want to respect everybody.
Yeah.
So we ask you go directly to that tent to obtain your tickets and armbands, just so that we can keep this event. We're proud to say we want to protect everybody, keep them safe.
Sure.
But you and I both know we're going to have a great time no matter what. So.
Absolutely. And so basically, like you said, get your tickets in advance. That way you save yourself not having to wait around or anything. Again, it's roswelltheater.com, THEATRE, spelled like live theater. Go there and look for the Living Museum link. Click on that. You'll pick your times, dates, buy your tickets, all that good stuff right there through the website. And then come on out on Saturday, maybe a few minutes before your scheduled time, and go and enjoy it. Now, if you've ever been into the J.P. White House before, this will be a first for you. If you've never seen Graveside Manor, this is kind of going to be a first for you there too. But so you get to. I mean, not only do you have the kids and all the cool stuff there, but the property that is the Historical Society, that museum. And like I said, the kids, they're going to be in different rooms of the museum doing their portrayals. And so you get to kind of see the house while you're there. If you've never been to that or haven't been in a while, come and, while you're here, you're touring the house as part of this. You're getting to see these kids' hard work and appreciate some of that. Maybe even learn a thing or two. That's the other thing is it's kind of fun to accidentally learn stuff sometime. And that's the great part about it too. And the kids, this is all the kids stuff. Like these kids are doing the research on these people and putting together their performance. Obviously adults are helping them, but the kids are the ones kind of doing the research and learning about these people, and it's an educational experience. It's not just fun and art. I mean, it is, but they're also learning about our history, learning about the people that shaped our community, and I think our adults could learn some of that too. So learn from the kids.
Speaking of that, this week is National Character Counts Week. Character Counts is honored and privileged to be part of this event and celebrate the legacy of Judge Jones. Let's celebrate character not only this week, but every week.
Absolutely.
And that's just speaking of that. Angela, before I forget, one thing we definitely... anybody that knows Angela Strange knows when she does an event, it's not just an event. It's a full experience. Her family works so hard and all the details. Let's talk about the raffle, because I think that's incentive to come out just for some of the raffle.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
It is. I mean, I think if you're thinking, oh, maybe I won't go to that, I don't have time. Well, maybe after you hear what Angela has to say, you'll rethink that.
I do like winning stuff.
So back during the Depression, one of our banks failed here in Roswell.
Okay.
And all of the safety deposit boxes were confiscated and taken to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
But they weren't returned for 60 years. So the recipients of the family didn't know what was in them because they were the grandkids. And so we're playing off that, and we have some safety deposit boxes with mystery items inside, and we're raffling them off.
Awesome.
Oh, cool. So
That's
you get
awesome.
a chance to see what's inside,
Yes.
and could be, who knows what could be in there. Could be $1 million. Could be dust.
We won't give you a box of dust, although that's a good idea.
Oh, that's funny. You never know. Oh, that's funny.
All I think of is the Geraldo Rivera breaking into Al Capone's vault there, and what was that, the 90s or early? When did he do that?
I
Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember? You might be too young. But yeah, you remember that when Geraldo did that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, it was a big to-do. It was either 80s or 90s there. Geraldo Rivera, they found a safe for Al Capone there in Chicago. And in like an old office, it was like buried in a wall or something. So Geraldo Rivera, this was back when he had his television show and everything. It was a younger, svelter Geraldo. But anyway, he made this big production, like primetime TV. We're going to crack into the Al Capone's vault and see what's inside. And they hyped it for hours and hours. And then they spent this time cracking into this thing. And all of us are hyped. They open up, ain't a dang thing in there. There's like,
no.
There's like some paperwork that's completely useless, and that was it.
Geez.
It was, but they had to spin it. Like Geraldo was like, "This is the find of the century," and like we just found some old papers. That's it.
Right.
We just spent 3 hours watching a special that had a big fat goose egg at the end. So it won't be like that.
It won't be.
No.
No, if you know Angela, it will not be like that. She will not disappoint. She will not disappoint. And the hype is worth it.
Yeah.
So remind me about the tickets. How much are they in?
Yes, they're $10 for those tickets.
Okay.
And then we'll also have some other raffles on site at the event. That there'll be $1 ticket raffles and some businesses have donated some things to us for that as well.
Now, all the proceeds from this event here is going to help the CAPS program, keep the kids and all that, and then the Historical Society will help. We got roofs to fix and foundations to fix and windows to fix and things to fix. So
Graveside Manor is what brought the Strange family to the Historical Society. We're eternally grateful, and they're stuck in our family now. We're not letting them go anywhere. But I just want to remind individuals how hard they work and how much this program works so hard to honestly live by our mission statement too. They celebrate history. They celebrate what this community is all about. So if people cannot attend this event, I want to remind individuals they can make a donation. Please remind them about that because this program works so hard and is worth it. And I can't think of a better program for all of us to partner with and really just embrace what this community exemplifies, and that is character and celebrating history and learning. So Angela, can they make a donation? Or if let's just say somebody is listening, they say, I can't.
Saturday's not available, but I love what they're doing.
How could they make a donation, Angela?
I would have them email me at capscommitteechair@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then I'll make arrangements with them.
Very good.
That's perfect.
And I would imagine, too, if you happen to be by the Historical Society for anything and say, hey, Amy, I heard the CAPS. I'd like to, here's a check for them. Can you make sure they get it? Amy will make sure they get it.
Angela, let's remind people listening, because Mike and I think, speak every time about procrastination.
Yeah.
And that perhaps is some individual's weakness. Is it too late for people to have booths?
No, it's not too late.
So if you'd like to set up a booth out there and be
outside,
part
and
of
those
the
will be outside in the parking lot.
Yes,
Right.
if you want to be acknowledged in our program, I would say by noon on Wednesday, because I have to start printing them.
So you got about 24 hours to get that in if you want to get in on the program.
Yes.
But if it's past out, you can still come, but you might not be in the program.
Yes.
So basically you're looking for, like, if you're nonprofits, things like that, or if you a vendor that would like to to be out there as part of this event. That's what you're looking for,
Yes.
right? Very good.
I think it's unique. We have individuals, if you don't mind me saying, from like the Roswell Public Library to Main Street Roswell, but then we have somebody like Danielle Gonzalez that's on our board through DCG Photography that does so much for the community.
She's got,
but I'm going to tell you one thing, we can bless ourselves with some of her talents and treasures because she's amazing.
Yes, she made our flyer and just
she's
did all
amazing.
sorts of stuff to help us.
Hopefully people bought stuff from her at the fair.
She's
I hope
everywhere.
so.
Did you see her? Did you see her booth at the fair? She had a bunch of stuff.
She's everywhere.
Yeah, I was.
High five, Danielle. I hope you're.
I was wearing my American Legion hat one day out there. I was doing my because our booth was right across from her booth.
That's right. That's right.
So I was like, I can. So she had a beautiful stuff over there. You know,
great
graphic design
So
shirts.
I'm really excited because they're just going to dress up our parking lot. It's going to look nice. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Come out Saturday. Get your tickets. You know, go online. Do Angela a favor. Get your tickets in advance.
Yes.
Please go to roswelltheater.com. Get your tickets. But if I know life gets busy and you get crazy and you forget, and you wake up Saturday morning like, oh, that's today. Don't hesitate. Come on down. We'll get. I'm sure they'll find you a spot, even if you got to hang out for a few minutes while the thing. Well, they'll find a way to get you in there, and you can participate. And really, it's two great organizations. I can speak for the Historical Society as being a board member and everything else. It's a group of awesome, dedicated people that make lemonade out of lemons every single day. And the CAPS program is the exact same thing. It's. I know, and I know the folks with the community theater. I know some of those folks as well, and it's all the same, cut from the same cloth, the same type of people that just roll up their sleeves and making things happen and trying to make the best, despite hurdles, despite obstacles. Everyone's like, no, we'll push through. We'll find a way to come around it. And community theater does that all the time. I know the CAPS do it, and the Historical Society. It's three organizations, really, at the end of the day, that are just doing great things in the community. And this is one way to really support all three, kind of, by coming out and participating this Saturday.
If they want to see a great commercial, I know if they go to the Historical Society Instagram, it gives you a little bit of a taste, right? It's a fun little commercial. It's a fun little taste.
Teaser.
It is. You see some of the reenactors. It's really neat.
So I don't want to spill all the beans, but can
at least some mystery.
Yeah. But can we tease as maybe some of the characters that will be portrayed during this? I don't want to tell them all, but maybe one or two that we can give a nugget
We're
out
definitely
for?
portraying Judge Jones.
Yes, that one I knew about.
Yes, and our actress is stretching her acting abilities because we only had 2 boys sign up this time.
So Judge
some
Jones
of our
will be played
characters
by
have
a
to be
female.
Yes.
So, cool.
He
Well, as long
probably
as
would
she's done
like
wonderful.
that too. I think that's awesome.
Well, as long as she can get the bow tie on, right? That doesn't really matter, right?
Oh, yes. And, of course, Josiah this time is playing Elvis Fleming because they wouldn't have him play anybody else today. So.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
And if you're like, who's Elvis Fleming? While you're there, I invite you to read pick up a copy of one of his books while you're at the Historical Society.
I just wanted people to know listening when they come to the archive booth, if you want to purchase some autographed books in the archive building, John LeMay will be signing books only from 10 to 12.
Oh.
So you better make
He's
sure
getting
and
big
book
time
your
on us. Only 10 to 12.
He's busy, so he's going to sign books. So if he
12:02,
wants.
he's like, I ain't got time for you.
I just got a text a while ago about Elvis Fleming books and stuff, so we will have those.
Good.
Yeah,
he's speaking for some of the Historical Society, I'm willing to guess we probably wouldn't even have a Historical Society if Elvis Fleming wasn't around to do what he did for many years there. You know,
most individuals all over get paid a large amount of money for what Elvis never obtained one dime for.
Yeah.
So to me, if that's not exemplifying what the Historical Society is all about.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're thinking about it, though, so if people buy tickets, Angela, because again, Angela's amazing, you just get your ticket, but you don't only get a ticket. They're going to get a bag, right?
Yes. Oh, swag bag.
See,
yeah.
of course.
And that's just for advanced ticket buyers, right?
Well, if they obtain tickets,
okay.
That's a good thing. Angela's too nice. Let's say that, Mike. If you don't purchase your ticket in advance, you may not get the cool little swag bag. But we might run out.
You never know.
People need carrots to dangle. Just saying.
See?
If you're like, well, I'll just do it Saturday. No, lazy person. Go right now.
That's right.
And grab it, and then we're going to give you a swag bag. But if you come out on Saturday, we'll let you in but no swag bag for you.
Or it may not have. See, we may run out. That's right. That is right. And there
Might
are
get misplaced or something. I don't know.
See, there might be amazing swag bags that will be all out then. See, you never know. You never know.
I kid, of course, but please get advance tickets.
That's right. That's right. And there are incentives. Incentives by purchasing tickets, right?
Yeah.
And additional incentives if they purchase numerous raffle tickets.
Ah, okay.
She's allowing incentives.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, you got to, just for the curiosity factor alone, you got to get a raffle ticket, right? You know what I mean? Just, you know, it's a game of chance, but it's you helping great organizations doing it. So come on. Absolutely. And this is a unique, fun way to do it.
Yes.
We'll give the teaser. How about this, Angela? Okay. There's a very famous legacy of art, and there will be blessings if you show up with art.
Okay.
Yes.
And it could be a larger piece of art.
We're not talking Art Sandoval, are we?
Oh, Art, Mr. Dodger Man. I hope Art Sandoval's listening, Mr. Dodger Man. They got to go to OU and I did.
Probably working right now.
Oh, he's probably working, but he may have you on. You never know.
I don't know how many times last week on this show I wanted to do the bad dad joke because in Artesia last weekend they were having their annual Art in the Park event.
Yes, yes.
And all I wanted to do
Danielle
was beg Art Sandoval to go out there and just stand there and take a picture and say, Art in the Park this weekend, come on out. That's all I wanted to do.
Oh, that is so funny. And you know where he was? His daughter was playing softball at OU against him. That's funny. Art, I hope you're listening. I know Ralph is. I know Ralph is listening.
I just so bad wanted to just take a picture of Art
Ralph,
standing
you better
at
tell
JC Park. It's Art in the Park this weekend. Come on out.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. And we won't do the coyote joke either.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have
we won.
Art at the museum this weekend. Come on out, Art. Come out to the museum.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny. Hey, and speaking of, or Mike Winters might be everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Art, hey, Mike could show up over there.
I could. You never know. You know, have food, we'll travel.
That's right. Hey, you know. That's right. Absolutely. You never know.
But, folks, and I know we're having fun and joking here. We would love to have you come out. It's going to be a great. This is you know, we talk about supporting our community and supporting our kids. This is exactly what we're talking about, is events like this. There's some wonderful kids that are a part of this program, and they're working hard. And I know we're trying to raise money for these organizations and things, but at the end of the day, come out and support the work and effort of these kids. That's what it really matters. These kids are fervently excited to learn the history and embrace this thing. Support them by coming out and being at the part of their performances and things. Come out and cheer them on. Well, you know, be polite, but you know what I mean. Give them support. Come out and cheer them on and just, you know, show that you and you know what, you're going to learn something. And that's the thing, is that these kids, they go and they do the research, and you're going to come out, even if you know Judge Jones, they're probably going to be factoids and things like, I didn't know that about him, you know, or whatever, you know, or if you knew Elvis, you know, directly, you know, they'll be like, oh yeah, I didn't know that. We're celebrating these kids, we're celebrating these people, and we're celebrating these two organizations. And so come out and be a part of this. Come get your tickets, get advance tickets, do us a favor, and then come on out during the day, you know, around your appointment time there, and just come and enjoy it. Come support the other nonprofits that are going to be there, because this is a community strengthening event. That's what this really is. It's more about us in the community. And so if you're listening and you're a nonprofit or want to be a booth out here, say, hey, yeah, I'd love to tell people about my organization too while we're out there. Come do that. Come be a part of this. That way, the more the merrier. And just come and come support these kids. Come learn a little bit about our history and our locals and our area. And oh, by the way, have some fun doing it. You're gonna. I know history, and everyone gets like history. That's work. That's not. No. This is fun.
Have fun.
And guess what? And I say this every time when we talk this, what history is. History is everything. You watch Netflix, guess what? You're into history, because all those documentaries and everything, that's history. You know, I mean, everything that we document is history. You know, what you do, what's going on at the schools, that's all part of history. And that's us. It's the study of us, people. and and every one of us loves people. I think you love yourself at least. So why not learn more about us?
That's right.
And that's what it is.
Angela, I got a question this morning, and we can answer it on the air because somebody said, I may be too busy. I don't know if I have enough time to go to this event. Will you kind of tell them real quick, and I know we're probably running out of time, how much time would this take? Because that's what somebody asked.
Gotcha.
So
Your time
the
commitment.
tours are about how long,
The
Angela?
tours are about 20, 25 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then depending on how long you take to do each of the crafts, if you have kids with you. So you're probably looking at an hour.
Okay, so maybe an hour and a half
great
to get
to me.
going to the craft. So so it's not an all day thing. You come and get that way. If you got to head on to another event, or if you're going to see whatever movie, or gotta maybe Alzheimer's walks in the morning on Saturday. If you're going to do that in the morning, come and get you an afternoon time out there. So.
I'm looking at Mike Winters with the big yellow bright neon shirt on. If people come and they're not for sure where to park or what to do, look for people in neon yellow shirts.
Yes, the staff
so
shirt.
our staff shirts, and will be character counts, neon yellow shirts. But if people are driving up thinking, where do I park? What do I do? We'll have traffic directors and look for the people in the yellow shirts.
Yeah, it's matter of fact, if you pull into the archive parking lot directly across the street from that, there should be plenty of parking over there. That's a pretty big lot. But if it is full, then they'll direct you around to other spots.
Or north of the archive facility, because quite a few people can go over there also.
Yeah, that's a pretty big, because every time we do one of our heritage dinners or one of those events, that's where I park, and there's always plenty of room over there. So
Angela, also, before we go, she's worked so hard putting books together. Tell them, so when people get their goodie bag, about
yes,
the book.
they'll get a program, which is basically a whole book of a full bio of each character that you're going to meet.
So if you miss a piece of information, you kind of got it there at your fingertips.
And there'll also be activities in there, some things that you can do at home.
Okay.
And
yeah, because ideally, this is how history works. The idea is we get you a foot in the door. Like you find a subject, you find something you're into, and then it lights the fire for you to start doing your own research and things, or finding other mediums, books, movies, or whatever about the thing that you're into, and that's how history works. And
I get goosebumpies thinking if kids came to the event, wanted to be part of the CAPS program, then they made an appointment in the archive facility to do a bunch of research. Isn't that what this is?
Yes,
absolutely.
And while I'm thinking about it, so let's be clear: when you purchase tickets to get a tour for this event, we're technically not doing museum tours.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me that. Obviously, that's not possible.
No.
We're very intentionally booking those tours. But we would be honored and thrilled to book an appointment for a private tour of the Historical Museum, and that information will be in their backstory.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're getting a...
Somebody thought they could do both, and I was like, no.
Well, to be honest, I mean, we would love to.
Right.
But if we did that, it would take away from the kids.
Exactly.
It would because our docents have a lot of information to share with you as they go from room to room. And... between that information and then the CAPS, it might be information overload for you. That would be a lot to take in. So we would, if you want to learn more about the house itself, we'd love to have you do it. Please schedule another tour with us, a private tour. The private tours are. I'm not trying to undersell things, but this has been the biggest blessing in disguise with COVID. Is the private tour. I mean, we've been open; people come and go as they please, and we do tours and things, but for people that you basically get the museum to yourself, you and your group for an hour or so, basically walking through. You've got the docents who are kind of giving you your own, and then if you've got questions and things, you're not in a group that it's like, well, maybe I'll get a chance to ask my question, maybe I won't. It's your group. You're like, what's that thing on the wall there? And they're like, well, it's, you know what I mean? You get, it's a private, personalized tour. It's like you got a question, you just ask the docent. They're right there next to you. And they're able to, and our docents are very knowledgeable about that house, way more so than I am. And,
I'm not for sure individuals can get that anywhere else in that area for sure.
Absolutely.
Or maybe
so please come back for that, because we would love to do that for you. But on Saturday, it's not about that. It's about these kids and about their message that day. So now, granted, if you see something, you're like, I wonder what that is about. Just hold on to that, and we'll answer. Or maybe if you see one of our staff say, hey, what was that thing in the other room there? We'll be able to tell you.
Or we'll book an appointment and find out. If we don't know, we'll learn together.
And to be honest, all we're asking for is a donation, whether you can afford it. Is it $5, $100
for the tour?
For the tour,
at the museum.
We're asking for a donation.
That's a separate thing. But
there's no, I mean, if you can't afford a bunch of money, then no problem. You got $5? Come on in. You got $100? Come on in.
And that's why I appreciate the CAPS program and the RCLT and Angela. They've really intentionally made this absolutely not at all about money. More about the celebration of history, having some fun. And yes, you do have to purchase a ticket, but it is so amazingly reasonable for all that they've done. High five. We're just honored to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're just here to have fun with them.
The part is to expose these children and expose the community to our history and to these people and stuff. And it isn't about the money. But that being said, both organizations can use the money to keep these programs going, to keep what they do, and I know for the CAPS, it starts so. Please get your tickets.
Angela,
if you'd like
remind
to make a donation.
them of your email again, pretty please, in case anybody has questions that I probably can't answer. But amazing Angela can.
What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yes, CAPS Committee Chair at gmail.com.
And that's CAPS with a K.
Yes.
Because it's short for Kids Arts Program.
Yes.
S. KAP programs.
Because CAPS sounded really funny.
Kids Arts Programs.
Can't have to have a lot of them.
But when you do send that email, don't use a C, use a K.
Use a K, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're just so thankful for the Historical Society partnering with us. They've been just wonderful.
Well, I think it's a partnership that is great for both. I mean, because I know from the Historical Society, it's great to have these. That's our mission statement, is exposing everybody, and so it's the same mission statement, really. I mean, it's just
they're doing our job for us. Gotta love it.
It's a slightly different platform. That's about it, and that's not even that different. So
and to me, I just get excited about the future. These kids someday, hopefully, will get our scholarships or be the next Elvis Fleming,
absolutely,
or be the tours. That's just
I'm pretty sure awesome. Josiah. I hate to. I don't know what his plans are, but I got a feeling he might call that home someday. He's just going to live there at the
I hope I embarrass his brother, because I'm going to put the challenge out there. Yeah. I'm very close to Josiah. He is part of our family, but Corbin is stepping it up. High five, Corbin. High five to every single kid that's part of it. But I'm going to tell you something. Corbin's stepping it up. Josiah, I think you might have some competition. He better watch out, because Corbin's stepping it up.
He's actually acting in this, and he first told me no, and then all of a sudden he got the perfect part.
Well,
so
that's
see when you come out.
Perfect part. I mean, perfect.
Well, and that's just it, because I've seen him perform too. He's belted out a song or two as well, and that's kind of in the whole family there. I think it's
every kid is amazing.
Corbin and Josiah.
I'm really excited for everybody to see the amazing talent of this area.
Because Corbin was one in the talent show, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he did a great job.
And he's planning to do it again. This time, him and his brother want to do it together.
Oh, a duet.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Well, are they going to steal each other's thunder? How's that going to work?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they survive the rehearsals beforehand.
It's not going to turn to a brother fight on stage. Like, get to my line! Well, if that happens, I'm going to be entertained. Either way.
Either way, right?
Well, thank you. We do appreciate it. We'll see you guys on Friday. We're gonna remind folks. Is it Friday or Thursday? Whatever, Thursday. I'm sorry.
Oh, Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Whatever day we got for schedule later this week.
We better make sure.
I wrote it down.
Yes.
But we'll get just to remind folks, and if there's any additions or changes between now and then, we'll let folks know. But again, go to RoswellTheater.com. Get your tickets right now for look for Living Museum. You'll go there and you'll see, like, there's usually like a scroll thing with the different performances. You'll see one for the Living Museum. Click on that, boom, you'll see the drop box. Get your tickets. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to either Amy or Angela.
Just leave a message. If y'all have any questions, you can call the museum at 622-8333. I will get you linked up with Angela or any way we can help.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, ladies. We'll see you later on this week.
Thank you, 106.5.
Anytime. All right, it is 9:56. Let's do a Town Hall Business Update. Quick break before we go. Don't go away.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street higher at mid-morning. The market set aside worries about supply chain disruptions in the face of some upbeat corporate earnings. Johnson & Johnson raising its 2021 profit forecast again after growing sales of a cancer treatment and other drugs, including its COVID vaccine, pushed it past Wall Street's third quarter earnings expectations. Home construction fell 1.6% last month as builders continue to be tripped up by supply chain bottlenecks. The Commerce Department reports the decline in September left home construction running 7.4% above the rate of 1 year ago. Lawmakers in the House are threatening to seek a criminal investigation of Amazon. They say the tech giant has one final chance to correct its executive's previous testimony on competition practices. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
You don't want to bring your car to just anyone. You want to bring it to someone you know. Someone who will tell it to you straight, and someone you trust to do a quality job because they care about you. You want to bring it to Big O Tires. We're locally owned, which means we're your neighbors. And neighbors help neighbors whenever they can. Right now, save $100 instantly on select sets of 4 Big O brand tires. When you need to bring your car to someone, bring it to your neighbors at Big O Tires. Because we love giving our neighbors a great deal. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
The biggest sale in the history of southeastern New Mexico is back at Roswell Nissan. King of cars. With every vehicle on the lot slashed to liquidation pricing. Like a 2020 Versa slashed to under 18 grand. A 2014 Jeep Patriot slashed to under 13 grand. And a 2015 Sentra slashed to under 9 grand. Get free AirPods just for stopping by and enter to win one of 3 LED smart TVs, including a 58-inch 4K Ultra High-Def Smart TV to be given away October 23rd at 1 p.m. sharp. King of cars. On now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Christmas came early at Richland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. A huge inventory has finally arrived at the dealership. Every type of Ram truck you've been waiting for. 2500s, 3500s, even some 4500s. Been looking for a new Dodge Charger or Challenger? They've got them at Richland. And don't go far looking for a new Jeep, Wranglers, Cherokees, Gladiators, even some work vans. It's like Christmas came early. But hurry, these will go fast. Richland on Southeast Main in Roswell.
Your home for Coast to Coast AM in Roswell, 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.